Let's go.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Jerry, what are you thinking, man? Come on, Jerry. Hey. Oh. Let's go.
Shame.
Come on, jump on in. You're listening in to the Nation, by the way. All Nation Studio. Hey. Oh. Let's go.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Salute to all of the HBOs, the SGs. Everybody that's watching right now, really appreciate you guys for jumping in. Better late than never. Yep. Come on. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Come on. Come on. What's up, Adams? Appreciate you. Yeah. Say it right, but we got to get it going one way or another. 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on. Really appreciate each and every last one of you all. I see a slow start. I'm here. I'm live. Come on, Cowboy Nation. Y'all jump right on in and get some of this conversational piece out the way. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones spoke on 105.3 The Fan today, and he had a lot to say about, Lyle Collins, of course, Terence Steele. Oh, I'm sorry. Terence Steele. I was calling him Terence Steele because I didn't want to see him out there week 2. Let's be real with it. And one can argue that Roger Goodell got his toe all into this situation because all of this could be avoided, by the way, because you got Lyle Collins who had 100, let me say it like my grandfather used to say, 180 tests done. And out of the 180, he missed 7. He got tested 10 times a month. Come on, NFL. Come on, NFL. What are you doing? It seems as if, though, and it could be that the fact that we are heavy on the Cowboys content, and there's a 50 million Cowboys content creators out here juxtaposed to other content creators. But I feel that this team is the only team that's getting poked at like this. Can you guys let me know if other teams are going through the same? Are they sitting in the same mercy seat? I made a post about Marshawn Lattimore and how he's not getting squeezed by the NFL, that he's eligible to play his first week. And I made it on Twitter, and I didn't go into great details of it. And all of the Saints fans says, "Law, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Roger Goodell don't like the Saints." I said, "Bull sugar, no, it's not even on the same level." That PI call that was not called on the Saints or what have you, the very next year, the entire NFL changed the rulings. The Dez Bryant catch, no catch, it took the NFL 4 years to realize what the fans were saying. We were right. You know, everybody that's sitting here right now, we was right. Dez caught the ball. It took the NFL 4.5 years to admit, yeah, we kind of got that one wrong. Let me know where I'm lying at. But the Saints, the no call on the PI, the very next year, changed the whole dynamics of the NFL. But it is what it is. You know, it's not a tick for tack. And everybody know that I'm not in favor of players missing games, by the way. Whatever you do off the field, let it be handled with the courts, right? Don't put your toe all into the water. And I know that La'el Collins' situation and scenario is very different from Marshawn Lattimore's, by the way. But what I'm saying, collectively speaking, there should be a grace in there somewhere, and a little mercy somewhere. You got an organization that pretty much carried the NFL as it relates to ratings, putting the NFL on its back. The NFL was going under without this silver and blue. You see the merch that I got on? Can you imagine, close your eyes, people that's listening, that if it wasn't for revenue sharing, a third of the NFL would not be able to stand. They don't have a leg to stand on. This is the bloodline of the organization, and they get most of the ridicule, the blame, and the where my button at?
Shame.
Get all the shame.
Shame.
Yeah, it's just what it is. I digress. The situation now is we got Terence Steele, who's going to be the right tackle. Now, I've seen people say, well, you got to have a little faith. We do have faith. Faith without works is dead. And just because I sit here and say I'm going to sit in this chair until God come back and bless me with $10 billion, and I'm not going to do anything, it don't work that way. Faith does not work like that. You know, you gotta put some work into it. And even if you read the good book, you never hear of a story or read of a story that somebody gets stuff done by sitting down and not doing anything. You got to get out there and make it happen. I tell people all the time, there's 3 types of people on this planet. There's only 3. A person that go out there and make things happen, a person that goes and watch things happen, and a person that says, what the hell just happened? When it boils down, it goes down to 3 people on this planet, regardless what type of person you will be. Now, Terence Steele, we have the ability, Cowboy Nation, to go out there in training camp, to go witness him putting in some work. And by his works, we're not seeing any level of extra productivity. Now, not to sully or denigrate him and cast aspersions on him, he made it to the highest of the highest levels as it relates to his particular sport of playing football in the National Football League. Did he go to the Canadian League? No. Did he play arena football? No. Did he play for Pookie and Ray down the street? No. He made it to the highest of the highest level, although he was undrafted. My thing is, when you look at Terence Steele, the positive, he got quick feet. He's long arms, good size. No strength. That's the negative. the situation awareness of when to kick slide and knee bend. He don't have it. Feet good. Feet, believe it or not, good. The problem is with Terence Steele, what Jerry Jones said is that he lamented. He lamented that he will have a good game. We all want that to happen, right? And he can have that optimism that he will have a good game. But the reality of optimism versus realism, when the real start knocking on the door, it says hello. It separates that stuff from all of the fake chitter chatter that people generate. You know? Right? And it is just what it is. Even if we want to take it to the biblical realms, right? Study to prove thyself worthy, right? A workman that needed not to be ashamed, right? Rightly divide the word of truth. That's what it says, you know, the word of truth. So now we will see whether or not what Terence Steele is going to bring to the table are based upon and predicated upon what Jerry Wayne was talking about. He will have a good day. According to who? Come on, Cowboy Nation. I'm just saying. But let's listen in to 105.3 The Fan, and let's see if we can get this thing out to everyone. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. And shout out to 105. Appreciate them.
Where the language and the policy calls for a suspension, why all this testing is still taking place with the substance changes heading into this year. What can you tell us about how this whole thing played out?
Well, the policy, it's a mistake to totally look or refer to the language in a policy when you have the ability as in the, if you will, the governance of the commissioner that can overrule anything and give his interpretation and make his final judgment. Now, the commissioner hadn't gotten involved in this one yet, but there are a lot of different nuances there, a lot of different ways to look at the policy. You've had the thing aired out pretty good. You had a mediator, judge type, basically make a decision on it, and then we'll go from there and see if there's any relief that he can get higher in the chain, so to speak, possibly even with the commissioner.
Now, Jerry spoke a mouthful on that one. You know, a lot of times when you have Roger Goodell and his minions circumventing the NFL with policies and procedures, and a lot of times when you are the overseer of everything, supposedly Roger Goodell is supposed to be this guy who sit high and look low, basically, and he sent his minions out, and they supposed to have a person that's not, you know, invested in on the troubles and the worries of the Cowboys or what have you. They're supposed to be neutral. That's the best way to say it, politically speaking. However, if I park my car, if let's say I'm the police unit, right, and you coming out of the driveway, and if I park my car right behind your car every single day, or if I'm right in the purview of you coming out of your driveway, the law of average will set in, meaning that if I'm looking for something, I will eventually find it. You coming out of your driveway, maybe you forgot to put your seatbelt on. Maybe you was rushing and you didn't put your seatbelt on. Bloop, bloop, woo. I could pull you over for that, driving without the seatbelt on. Or you get a phone call. You hold it up to your face. Boop, boop. Because the law of average is there. I'm watching every move you make, every step you take, you know. So that is the problem with Roger Goodell and their philosophy, because I believe that this petty stuff there's 31 other teams out there, that we would at least by now hear of these type of situations and scenarios across the board happening. But somehow that only the Dallas Cowboys get this type of news. And I get it. You sell so many clicks to go to the website this month, right? Or this week. You get so many situations whereas the Dallas Cowboys are in accident waiting to happen. You got a healthy man, La'el Collins, who have not done anything nefarious out there in the neighborhood or community. And he took over 180 tests, and the 7 that he didn't take, excuse me, you going to charge this man 5 games for those 7? Out of 180, that doesn't smell right. On top of that, now you come down with the news after week 1. So you got what you wanted. You wanted the ratings. You wanted the team to be at its peak because what the Cowboys, I guess, and what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers rating would have done without La'el Collins, without all of the fair competitive advantages. Maybe, just maybe, a lot of people won't tune into the game. But it's so convenient that you see that the impact of the right tackle being out there in full form, that you know for sure that, man, if not so, the Cowboys probably would have easily won the game if Zach Martin was there. I digress.
And that's about all I can tell you. It's a very, very convoluted situation, but our policy as it stands right now has a lot of emphasis on the, if you will, the process of meeting with consultants, of consulting relative to whatever your issue is. And if that's infringed on, in other words, if that's not adhered to in a pretty formal way, then you can get in some pretty heavy areas there regarding your eligibility to play. Now, that's a mouthful, but that's about all I can say.
Jerry, how long does the appeal process generally take for this? And I know in some sports you could play while the appeal process is going on, but is that the case here?
There's not a process here. He's suspended as we speak.
Woo! He said, look, Jerry said it's not even a process. Oh, my gosh, man. He said it's not even a process. Meaning that on his opening statement, that this information, this beat of information, didn't even get all the way to Roger Goodell yet, collectively speaking. We know he still got his hands and his feet all into this water. But the process, how can I put this? How you gonna put the man in jail for 5 games without due process? That's the craziest thing of it all. It's like, hey, we said that you didn't do this, 5 game suspension immediately. Oh, I want to appeal. I want to I want to show you guys where I'm right. 5 games, dog. No. 5 games. I don't care if you had 1,000 tests and you missed 5 games, regardless. There's no due process within this particular procedure.
He won't play Sunday. And so the process doesn't have a length to it at all. And so as of right now, he's living with the adjudication of 5 games.
How frustrating is all this, Jerry? It was a nice start. I know you didn't get the win, but we were all feeling pretty good. You had the defending champs right there. Offense and Dak looked amazing. We know what happened with the offensive line last year. How frustrating is this for you?
It's not frustrating. We're going to be dealing when you have 80 players.
Hold on. Justin, how you go? Look. Please tell me if you are a Cowboy fan, Justin. Justin says that Colin is a bomb for that BS. So you mean to tell me that wherever you work at, they test you over 180 times. You reported 10 times out of a month to go to your particular job, you get tested 180 times, you miss 7 with mitigated circumstances, meaning that you got valid excuses from why you're not able to test, and now you become the bum? Come on, man. You falling right into the hands of what the NFL is trying to paint about La'el Collins. So you mean to tell me, collectively speaking, that out of the 31 other teams, that everybody else is walking the exact same line. Everybody's getting tested 180 times. Come on, Justin. Come on, Justin. Come on. What are you thinking, fam? I digress.
And you do approximately, counting your practice squad, when you have the issues of injury that you deal with, when you have the COVID thing, basically putting the active players out on the field every week is a evolving thing. It has been for years. It's part of the game. Everybody's dealing with it, all 32 teams.
Jerry Jones. Go ahead, sorry.
You take where you are, you continually evaluate. We had 2 players in yesterday. We were evaluating corner and receiver. And so really it's our game. It's the NFL.
How was Dak feeling physically after that amazing performance, but also that workload?
Outstanding. He came through it great. First question I ask, not only after the game, but days after the game, how's he doing? And he's just doing great.
All right, be honest now, because I know you were very optimistic about how he would play. Did that even exceed your expectations of how healthy he actually was?
Well, I'm going to say this. I sure am glad we've got him, and I'm glad we had him out there the other night. I thought he and Kellen Moore really, when you realize they call plays and then they go up and Dak has the ability to get into another play if he wants to, I just thought relative to the substantiveness of their defense, I thought we played outstanding offensively all the way around. You did too. I mean, we all did.
Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. What is the plan for right tackle Sunday against the Chargers?
Plan is to go with Steele, and he'll do a good job. He's a young guy that we're proud of, and he really had a great rookie year last year, relatively speaking, and he'll do a good job out there. We'll give him lots of help.
Jerry, you was going good until you got to that point. All right, so we talked to Duke Manyweather. He's one of the offensive line masters. Just check out his Instagram page, and we went over this in grave details about young offensive tackles. And what he pretty much said, Terence Steele, he pointed out the positives, but he got a lot to work on. Now, jumping from one year to the next, those snaps are very valuable. Don't get it twisted, but it's not time. It's before his time. It would take another 3 years. It was like he said about 4 year 4, year 5. Terence Steele would probably be just in good shape enough to play at that right tackle. Now, what we did is we fast forwarded him into this moment right now. And when we talk about help, are you in the business of developing or are you in the business of winning? I believe in the hearts of hearts that every game is valuable, so you put your best 5 out there, regardless. I know that Zach Martin, he lamented that he do not want to play right tackle. He want to play at guard. That's where he's comfortable. But comfort don't win you games. Looking at this situation, you need to have guys that's willing to jump on grenades. And I'm not saying that Zach Martin is not willing to jump on grenades, but at some point, the coaching staff and whoever's in the office got to motivate him and say, hey, this is not about your comfort. This is about us winning week 2 game by putting the best 5 out there. Now, I may be silly and I may be slow to this, so charge it to my head, not my heart. But if you feel that Terence Steele is part of your best 5 right now out of the offensive linemen, let me know. Post it down in the comment box and give me reasons why you believe that Terence Steele is giving you a better chance and opportunity to win outside of sheer blind optimism. That's all I'm saying. AI speak.
Great rookie year, Jerry Jones. Jones, we ain't trying to develop B players, we are trying to win.
My point exactly. Appreciate you, Gene Paul. You know, and I hope that you guys are not looking at this and saying that, well, Lord, why are you big negative about this situation? Well, my duty is to just give you guys the truth. If you want to go somewhere where you get the sugar-coated fluff stuff, then there are other pages and channels and other content that you can just roll with, right? But if you want to hit this from me, then you just stay here. But what I'm saying is that I'm not calling Terence Steele a done product, but he's a product that need time to develop. We got to understand that even if Zach Martin helped Steele out, there's still a reservation, or still a big gaping hole that you got to the left of you, Tyler Biadasz. Although I think that Tyler is solid, he still need his help. He can't help too. There's a reason why when the plane states, when the pilot or the I guess the ladies that tell everybody what to do in the case of emergency, make sure you secure yourself first, right? Secure the oxygen mask over yourself first instead of trying to help someone else out. And I've seen for multiple years even Tyron Smith give up sacks trying to help out Connor Williams, and people sullying and denigrating. See, Tyron, he can't block like he used to when he was giving up those pass rushes on the left side because he was trying to help Connor Williams. So now you got a situation where Zach Martin, he's going to try to help Terence Steele, and he's going to have to try to help Tyler Biadasz.
Jerry, I know it was speculated, but what was the reasoning behind not moving Zach to right tackle? Is that a Mike thing? Is that a Zach doesn't really like it? What was the reason?
What is the reason?
Not really. I think that we feel like that our offense, really, I hate to be trite about it, but it's just best served with him at right guard, and we've got a good alternative, and he will be very helpful to the fact that Steele will basically be out there in the game, and he'll be helpful to him.
You see how he said, what is that? Just call it out, Jerry. You done already spilled the soup, because also you didn't have to say that Terence Steele will be starting at right tackle today. You could have waited Saturday. Matter of fact, you could have waited. It's a game day decision. It's an extreme, hard battle right now between Ty Nsekhe and Terence Steele. What do that do? Oh, Joey Bosa don't have to just say, hey, now I'm focused only on Terence Steele. I guarantee you, Joey Bosa's in there like, oh, okay, I'm going to watch some Terence Steele tape, but I'm also going to watch on how the Dallas Cowboys use Zach Martin to help him out. Oh, excuse me, the game that Dak Prescott got real loose and started throwing the ball all over the field, let me know what they did. Oh, Terence Steele had the jelly bellies. Oh, he had the boo-boo guts, or whatever it was, IBS or something like that, and he had to sit out a game, and it forced the Cowboys to move Zach Martin to the right tackle position, and we looked up. Now we saw the ball flowing real good. I cannot believe it that this guy going to sit here and say, well, let me just hear this thing.
He will help out that situation. But but really you're reluctant, because when you make a move, you talk about position flex in the offensive line, but when you make a move, you're dealing with two people at different positions rather than just one new one in there at the same position he's been practicing. So it's a little more to it relative to what you're giving up when you switch a guy out of a position into another one. That's 2 position switches.
Jerry, what is the status of Randy Gregory as of today to play Sunday?
He had a positive test. We're looking for negative tests. He's doing things to give him the best chance to have the negative test, and we'll keep testing him out there with the protocol and keep our fingers crossed that maybe.
How about you test him 180 times before the kickoff so we can get those 2 negatives?
we could get a quick bout with this COVID.
Do you know if he's experiencing symptoms?
Nah, he ain't.
Excuse me?
Do you know if he's experiencing symptoms? Like that would elongate the process, right?
Well, I would say that it's not serious symptoms.
Jerry, you may answer the same way in
Medical
terms of not
Jerry.
being frustrated. It's just part of the game. But, I mean, you guys, I mean, did pretty much everything you could to get the team vaccinated. It was only a few guys unvaxxed last time we heard you and Steven. Is this frustrating? Randy got vaccinated, doesn't have major symptoms, and is still in this situation. How are you viewing this overall with the team and the league?
I just put it in the context of what we're dealing with in the country, what we're dealing with here in Texas. It's not uncommon now for people to be completely vaccinated and have some COVID. Relatively speaking, and our experience with our players last year was that I don't know that we had anybody get real sick with the COVID as our players last year. And so from that standpoint, it's good to know that we've got a good we've got a acceptable record of what happens when they do get the COVID. It creates imposition, obviously, to be tried on how we line it up when the players do get it. But in general, frankly, I've, on a personal basis, I've just come to live with this and know that we're going to have some get COVID, know the protocols. We're doing a really great job, I think, of making adjustments. We had anticipated it. No surprises here at all.
Man, I just hope everybody, just take their precautions as it relates to this protocol stuff. I'm not going to say the word because they would just do all types of crazy stuff to this channel. But just do your due diligence and understand that none of these players, collectively speaking, I'm gonna do the Jerry. Died. The mortality rate is less than 1%. So I just want to tell you guys that. So I believe that these pro athletes, they will bounce back and get back out there on the field. Now it's just the fact that we heard before that there's a lot of false positives and these sorts of things, and even on the flip side, false negatives. I want to know how this would all go about. Let's say, for example, if Tom Brady week 1 were to have this same situation like Zach Martin had week 1, how would they circumvent this? Or how would they circumvent it if it's a player of the caliber of the starting quarterback opposed to a defensive edge guy or, anybody else? Let me know how you guys feel of those things, because I don't want to make it political, but that's where it seems as if, though, this thing is heading down. This guy's not showing any symptoms, but he's also showing the symptoms, right? It's just one of those things where it's crazy. And I can see how this thing can be used and worked against certain teams. Not going to mention names.
No. And we had anticipated it, and I'm excited that we're going to be able to cope with it, in my view. And I'm excited about these full crowds back in these stadiums across the league. It's just great. It's obvious it does make a difference. I was watching the game Sunday, and to have those full stadiums everywhere. I was over to Arkansas and Texas this weekend. Full stadium, storm the field, people everywhere. It's good to have it. It's good to have it back. We need this in the country.
You want to say anything to the Longhorn fans listening right now?
Well, I've got a lot of great Cowboy fans that are Longhorn fans, and that rivalry does unquestionably mean more to Arkansas and Arkansas fans. It's just more meaningful. It was our big game over there for centuries and decades. And so my point is that at the expense of all my good friends that are Longhorns, the Razorbacks did have a good day.
Jerry Jones with Sean and RJ every single week right here on 105.3 The Fan. Jerry, I know you were talking with KNC that Greg Zuerlein not being as active in the preseason may have factored in against Tampa. How are you feeling about it now, and have you guys decided to bring in another kicker just in case?
Well, we have had the kicker that we let go when we cut our squad down. We had brought him in because Zuerlein was limited right at the end of preseason, and he had a quad that was bothering him at the time. And so we brought him in. That's why you do that. And so in light of the entire situation, we could bring this kicker in for and have him on our practice squad, and not only have him ready, but also Zuerlein will be, of course, getting his reps out there this week, and that's, in my mind, the logical way to handle kind of moving Zuerlein into a physically solid eye for going ahead.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
I'm gonna hit it again, and I can't slap Jerry. You know, that's Papa Jerry Jones. I can't slap him. I would never, ever, ever, ever slap Jerry Wayne Jones. So I can't hit the slap him, but I can slap him with this one. Though.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Why would you? Y'all hear me out. And I know that there are some Greg Zuerlein apologists out there. But hear me out with this one. Why go to a gunfight with a knife, or a injured player, or a player that not 100%? Because we're using he had off-season surgery on his back, and then he had the quad situation. Yeah, I get it. But what's this guy named? Liram, Hallelujah, whatever his name is. Y'all put his name in the chat. Why not hold a true competition all through training camp, all through preseason, and battle it out? And when week 1 come in, you will have the healthiest of the healthiest you would know, right? Because at some point, Greg Zuerlein was getting back to kicking. So you line him up, lace him up, even though he don't practice 30-yard kicks from his mouth to our ears, right? You hold that competition, and you make sure that you let them know that as the general manager, the person that oversees the players, you let them know that there's 3 phases to a football game, actually 4, but I'm going to just talk about the 3. And special teams is one of them. We got to make sure that we hitting on all cylinders, not a few of them. Because when you're missing a few cylinders, everybody who drove a car before, let me know if you ever drove one with missing a cylinder. The car get to Harlem shaking. The car can still move, but it won't move at the operative way that the car's supposed to move. So it get to shaking on you. Why not at least game 1, you coming in there knowing that you're hitting on all cylinders? So even if the Hallelujah guy, Laram, you guys put his name down there, help me out. Even if he miss, then you can say, okay, dog, you're on a short leash because we got Greg, and he's his back getting healed. Instead of doing it the inverse around. Let me read some of your comments on that one because Kenny said one slap. No, I can't, man. No, I can't. TA, no, Cowboy, I can't slap. I can't tell Jerry Wayne 728 life. I can't tell him to lean forward. No. We need it 4 bath. I feel you on that. Sip the True, appreciate you 34. Cowboy family, what it do? Appreciate you. 3521, Joseph Collins. Yeah, I think that our Cowboys still have the firepower to beat the Chargers, by the way. And we'll get into more details of that later on down the line. I don't know. Is Boone is also an assistant coach? I don't know, but it is what it is. Shout out to Justin. I hope that Justin Boone don't think that I was hating at him, because I value everybody's opinion over here on Cowboy Nation Show, Law Nation Show. I value your opinions. Don't get it twisted. I'm just boisterous with mine. That's why when you want to call in, and I will allow you to speak. You got 2 minutes, right, to spit your mind. Brandon, your law. Appreciate you, man, from Natchez. What's up, man? Or from Mississippi. Jerry eating that McGriddle right now. Yeah.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
William, appreciate you so much for your donation there. Shout out to you, Iceberg Q. I see you, fam. $6.9 billion organization that can't win for nothing. I mean, this is have a horrible time of evaluating, in certain situations. Let the AI speak.
Slap Jerry, please, Law, and tell him learn.
No, I can't. I won't do Jerry like that. Can you imagine Law give him the slap, then that later on that day something happened to Jerry and I have an egg on my face, So I'm not going to do him. But we'll slap the other people.
No
man.
question about it. We're being tentative with him during preseason, and I do, in my opinion, I think that showed up out there the other night.
Jerry, how close were you guys leading up to the game? Not even at the end of camp. With the quad injury and with the fact that he hadn't taken any kicks, how close were you to not having him active for game one? And
Let me hear this.
Not close at all.
Ah!
Not close. We had real.
Jerry, want you to lean forward just a little bit? I must resist. Come on, Lord. Don't do it.
Finish him.
No, I can't do it. I do this one, though.
Shame.
That
Shame.
hand was about to hit.
Shame.
Fatality.
Oh, my God. I want to slap him so bad. Oh, no, I can't.
Good feeling about him.
God.
And obviously it's unfortunate. My understanding is he hit the ball high on his first two. But still, we all know that whether it be Tiger Woods or whether it be a baseball player, all athletes have to have adjustments sometime and get their swing back, so to speak. And he's in that category of golfers' swings.
Ooh, so my therapist said that it's good to talk about your frustrations, and this is therapy session, man. When you guys are here listening to me rant in such a way, calm before the storm, right? If you know that it's going to take him time, why risk it against the defending Super Bowl champs? I feel you, Jerry. I understand the optimism. Hey, the way you move and shake it, I'm not talking about the soft shaker, but I'm talking about the shake of the will, the fortitude of your mind, the spirit. Oh my goodness, the metaphysical Jerry made you riches beyond wealth in anything that we can tangibly see, right? Multi-billionaire, risking it all. But there are times when you gamble too wrong. So you knowing that this guy had coming off of a surgery with his back and his quads, and knowing that the ball is a little high, why not just say, hey, is there a way that we can, just put Greg on 3 weeks reserve? Maybe you could sprinkle some of that protocol on him and say, hey, he's out for protocol for 3 weeks. Just make one of those. Hey, give him one of Greg, you give him one of Randy Gregory's. They say, hey, Randy Gregory test got mixed up with Greg Zuerlein test, or Zach Martin test got mixed up with Greg Zuerlein test, or something like that. Let him be out for 2 to 3 weeks. You move in the other kicker because you know he's healthy. You know you've seen him in practice kicking kicks, making the kicks or what have you, and you don't have to worry about health. Oh.
Or of batter, coaching, timing, getting in the groove. He's, to me, that position's in that category.
Jerry, we saw the Raiders Stadium with fans last night in an electric atmosphere and a great game. But let's talk about your feelings heading to this stadium on Sunday, a stadium that you are a proponent of, teams that you are a proponent of getting back to California. Set us up for heading to this venue that you are a big supporter of.
The stadium is magnificent. It's in the entertainment capital of the world. The eyes, when we think of Los Angeles, we think of entertainment. To me, that stadium's going to replace that kind of rickety-looking Hollywood sign that we always saw on the side of that mountain. But it's going to have NFL all over it. Our NFL Network's headquarters has a beautiful location right there next to the stadium. And it just does so much for our game relative to visibility and an image that we want to portray. Stan Kroenke has unbelievably made a commitment, $4.5 billion. The area around that stadium is a part of a $20 billion development.
Let me just rewind.
Has unbelievably made a commitment, $4.5 billion. The area around that stadium is a part of a $20 billion development. And it is, as far as assets go, as far as a venue goes, or as far as an image of what we would love for the NFL to be a part of, it just knocks it right out of the park.
Jerry, you've always looked at...
Let me just see
I want me some glory hole.
Y'all know that Jerry, the same contractors that I believe he own a piece of that company, and you guys can fact check me on that if you want. But he have his hands tied in to not just the Cowboys, the Arlington Stadium. He also have his hands in the mix with the Atlanta Falcons Stadium, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I believe that's the Atlanta Falcons Stadium. I could be off with the naming rights, as well as this stadium right here that we're going to witness this weekend. See, the booker, they get paid regardless. You know, he's like a bookie. You know, he's get paid regardless whether he win or lose. And, of course, his heart is with the Cowboys. But the remunerations, the money aspect of it is with the NFL. And he will forever get paid. Man, the Jones family. And I think that Jerry, he was born in California, right? Yeah. So he originally, according to him, he wanted to buy the San Diego Chargers. Just couldn't come up with enough money at the time. And it just so happened that the Cowboys were under. So in a different type of world, if Jerry had the money up front, man, the Chargers would have been his team instead of the Cowboys. Let that sink in. I'm quite satisfied with what Jerry did in the 90s with picking up Jimmy Johnson and those boys to help us get a ring. But let the AI speak.
Here's some money for you to do some more Michael Irvin impersonation.
Appreciate your Phantom. You know, that goes a long way. You know, the playmaker Irvin, he'll be doing a lot of stuff out there. You know, that's the horse that Jerry built that horse over there in Vegas. And we're going to also be out there in L.A. too. So it's just going to be a nice thing for the Dallas Cowboys to do this thing. So it's everywhere. Jerry Jones is my father, and I can't wait to see the Cowboys be victorious this weekend. That's Jerry Jones listening in to the playmaker. That's how he would say it, by the way.
Out for the other teams, projects like
Appreciate
this,
you,
NFL
Phantom.
Network, what's best for the league. I've always wanted to ask you, why haven't you been more selfish with the Cowboys of maybe we don't need a salary cap and let's not look out for that market, and why so unselfish? I know it sounds like a weird question, but hey, let's get the Cowboys. I know you do everything you can for the Cowboys to succeed, but why have you been such an ambassador for the rest of the league?
Well, everything lifts that lifts the league, lifts the Cowboys. And that when we're not playing in our great venue here in Arlington, then, be playing in a venue like that. We're just talking about Los Angeles. And so the overall presentation of the game, the interest in the game, the magic, if you will. You've heard me say, actually, a low percentage, 7% of our fans, only 7 have ever been inside a stadium in the NFL, but they see it through television. And but I knew that when I was building this stadium here, that it's what Al Michaels says about it going to 25, 30 million people. That also is a huge factor. All of that plays to the attitude about the league. And our game is a great game. It hits at the right time of the year in the fourth quarter. This time of the year, that's when we want all these eyeballs in front of those screens. So it's an exciting game there, and it's an exciting game for all of the other stuff off the field that goes on around it. These networks, when they do movies, they spend millions and millions of dollars promoting that movie. Well, we get to promote the NFL year-round in a lot of ways. And so all of this helps the game. Yes, it does. It helps move the ball down the field. It's all a part of the perception of the game. And I can't tell you what it's been like to be involved in this for 30 years. I never dreamed it'd be so interesting every day. I thought I might get cabin fever when I moved away from oil and gas and the excitement or the challenge. You can get what's cut off in the oil and gas.
I get those cojones cut off. Jerry say millions and billions different from everybody else. Maybe if I start saying it like that, I can start attracting some millions and billions, I need Jeff Kavanaugh to say millions and billions, every syllable and pronunciation of the word, he just kills it, right? Millions and billions. My thing is, when you wealthy, because he's not rich, he's wealthy. Rich is what Shaq is, right? Wealthy is what Jerry Jones is, right? If shout out to Chris Rock, he used to say this all the time on his stand-up comedy. If Jerry Jones wake up with Shaq money tomorrow, he probably jump out of that helicopter and cut his throat before he hit the ground, because he sit there and say, man, I'm broke. But the money that Jerry Wayne got is just stupid. And on top of that, if we contextualize it on this particular aspect of it, when he lose or when the Cowboys lose, it feels different. Juxtaposed to when they lose for us. It cut all of those networks that he's talking about, that he's spoon-feeding all of that wealth and riches to. They bully us. Let me know if I'm lying. Let me know if I'm wrong. All of those networks don't ever speak positive of the Cowboys. They bully the hell out of us. And we are the hand that feed them all of the riches and wealth and the money that come their way, the new uniform, the revenue sharing. Can you imagine Chick-fil-A just out there saying, okay, for all of the fast food restaurants, we're going to share all of our revenues to everyone so that they can compete with us. No. Every tub must sit on his own bottom. That's what old folks say. But Jerry is so nice. Will it be good? Will it be good for one time for Jerry to be a little selfish and get us what we respectfully deserve as Cowboy fans? We've been rooting for this team, especially since all of the crazy stuff that Jerry been doing with the staff and in the organization. He's been doing a good job, but collectively, as far as the coaching and everything, come on, Jerry. We've been sticking right beside you, and we don't get nothing of an reprieve or nothing as it relates to, hey, did you think about the Cowboy fans on all of these networks that's been spitting out all of the nonsense and the negativity? Did you think about the Cowboy fans for once? The ones that really support this team come hell and high waters. Look how faithful we are. We haven't turned our back on this team for over 25 years. We still standing firm. Because a third of you guys that's watching, by the way, been the Cowboy fans before Jerry bought the team, right? I digress.
It is competitive stuff. I said, well, I'll get football won't be that way. Well, that's not right. It's been just as exciting there as well. So all of it is fabulous as far as the visibility, promotion of it. At the end of the day, we need to make first downs. That's what's beautiful about it. At the end of the day, it's in the dirt, as Jason Witten says. It's my town against your town.
Mm-hmm.
It's me against you.
But you don't do it that way.
It's you know that crowd's out there when you're on the field, but it's right down there where the stuff's getting after it is whatever player experiences, and that's what we know as fans is going on.
Jerry, last one. We're talking about the business and franchises and being a special part of the league. When is the last time that you got a phone call or a serious offer from someone else trying to buy the Cowboys from you?
Oh, I just don't know. That usually comes from in this nature. Boy, if ever you were ever thinking about it, look at where I am, and I'm speaking in the third person relative to another person. And so my point is that you're absolutely right. No one in there that knows me well at all would even think that I would carry a thought into that area of not having the Cowboys.
Yeah. Jerry, we know you are.
Yeah, so that was 105.3 The Fan. So that you guys can listen to that episode without me pausing, stopping, and rewinding every 5 seconds, I will post the link in the description.
Now, quick move.
Hush. There we go. Yeah, we'll post the link right here. That's the link to the audio of Jerry full episode there of him talking about starting Terence Steele at right tackle, him going over La'el Collins' situation and scenario. Very, very good information on the front end of that about La'el Collins versus the NFL, and the appeal process does not stop the process of him being able to play. Most of the times you can appeal it, you can play until they gather all of the evidence and information, and then they come down with their rulings. Now, we can look at that La'el Collins. It could be a blessing in disguise. Maybe, just maybe, you can look at it and say, all right, now you got 5 games off, and when you come back, make sure you take those doggone tests and be out there, and hopefully you'll be healthy for the remainder of the year, right? That's how we can look at it. Or you can look at it like this and say, man, this is sad news because we got Terence Steele out there, and there's no blessing in seeing Terence Steele out there unless you do some type of, body makeup and you change Terence Steele into La'el Collins. I wonder if that can work. I wonder if the Cowboys can get away with that. You're a billionaire, Jerry. I seen a movie a long time ago with the movie called Faced Off, John Travolta and I believe, what's the other guy that played in it? They switched face, Let me see if I can find that movie. Yeah, I know. Face Off. I think that was the name of it. Let me see if I can find this movie. Face Off. Yeah. Was it this movie? Yeah. Do something like that, Jerry. Switch faces with Terence Steele, Yeah, this movie right here. And it probably will work. It will probably work, Jerry. Just put La'el Collins in Terence Steele uniform and let this thing go. I think that they could probably pass for one another. Just tell La'el to cut his hair down a little bit. And I don't think La'el got a beard, right? If you look at that picture right there, it probably could work. Face Off. They about the same. Well, they ain't the same body size. Nicolas Cage, Face Off. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's put La'el Collins in number 78. That probably will work. That probably will work. And nobody believes in Steele. But can we still win? It's quite possible. And the good thing is on Dak Prescott visible side, not his blind side. So he would see Joey coming. And what they're going to have to do is let him come off the edge, have Dak Prescott step inside the pocket and throw it. Nicolas Cage and John Travolta, all-time great movie. Yeah, it was a good movie, man. It was a good one, John Travolta and Nicolas Cage, Nicolas Cage, low-key, good actor, man, good actor. One of my favorite Nicolas Cage movies was Con Air, and he beat the hell out of that dude, punched him one time, killed him, right? That was a good movie, Con Air. And another good movie by Nicolas Cage to me, better than all of the Fast and the Furious series, Gone in 60 Seconds. Let me know. Gone in 60 Seconds versus Fast and the Furious. At least Gone in 60 Seconds was more, more realistic a little bit, right? When they're stealing all of those cars. Man, I'm going to go watch that movie when I get off. That's a good movie. National Treasure was a good one. 1, 2, and whatever. I think 1 and 2. I think they had 3, but 1 and 2. And another movie by Nicolas Cage was really good, in my opinion, was Family Man. I think that was a real good one. Butterfly, I think he played in a movie called Dragonfly, Butterfly, something like that. But Family Man was a real good one, though. Yeah, Gone in 60 Seconds was a good one. Yeah. Valley Girl, no.
Con Air is my fave. He won on Superman also.
Yeah. You're right, Jay Verse. Appreciate you that. Yeah, you see, I love movies, man. I love movies. The middle line is more important. Yeah, it was good. Yep. Put the bunny down, Con Air. Yeah. That was a good one, man. What other movie I need to watch from Nicolas Cage? Yeah. John Travolta, he's a legend too, by the way. John Travolta is a real good actor, by the way. Who's better, John Travolta or Nicolas Cage? The Face Off, Who y'all got? John Travolta or Nicolas Cage? Ghost Rider was really good, believe it or not. Yeah.
They play at the Chargers this weekend.
Skip, now I thought this was going to be a tough game anyway because the Chargers, they should.
Hey, I can slap these guys. Man, I can slap these guys. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of Cowboy fans there. Trust and believe that. I don't know. I don't know whether or not the philosophy of the Cowboys would be to change sides. Y'all let me know. Because Keenan, he does move and he pretty much kind of like how the Tampa Bay Buccaneers played Chris Godwin. He was inside the slot. He lined up on the outside several times, but primarily they had Lewis on him. They would do something similar with Keenan. He lines up on the outside in the slot. I don't think – let me know, Cowboy Nation. Do Diggs travel? Do the Cowboys operate whereas he play on one side, or will they have him traveling? I'm quite sure that they didn't – and they will not have him travel. I'm quite sure that they won't have him to travel. So they would try to exploit the mismatches there. But I know for sure Mike Williams, I meant to say, Diggs put the clamps on him. He round his routes. He's big. He's a physical, tall receiver, but I know Diggs can get him, But as far as having a wide receiver that moves around and get around, it would be different. He traveled versus the Bucs. This is from Davis. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch some of that. For real. Law. This is from Onion. Maurice Kennedy should be starting over Anthony Brown. Hey. Let's get this thing going, Cowboy Nation. Hold on. We'll open up the phone lines to talk about that. Let me set that up right now. The phone line. If y'all can put it down, let me know. And we'll get rid of Shay Sharp and this guy right here, and we'll open up the phone lines. Give me a couple seconds while I do that. Come on. Come on. Hey. Ho. Come on. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. The hotline for your mind, 657-390-7391. My name is Law Nation. If this is your first time watching, really appreciate each and every last one of you all for being part of this episode. It is 11:30 where I'm at, so we got a couple of minutes where we can just talk about this and whatever you guys have on your mind. I know you guys may be still on your lunch break, and we can get this thing going the best way possible. So we talked about Terence Steele. We talked about Tyler Sucky, and both of those guys at right tackle. That's not the flavor that we was looking for. But nevertheless, I got my guy over here from the 972. What's new? Turn your radio down. Turn your radio down. You're live.
Man, look, I just tapped in because I seen you was on live, whatever. So I don't know what you've been talking about. But this O-line, Nate Newton said the 5 best guys need to be out there, and that's true. That's a true statement. Like all you said last year, Zach Moore needs to go out to tackles because that tackle Steele, who are they gonna put out there?
Steele,
it's not gonna be good for us.
No.
So I feel like the Cowboys need to do this shit like for the first game because Kyler's gonna be out like 5 games. I feel like probably the 3rd game, 4th game, they're gonna get hurt. Did they not realize when they played Atlanta about 3-4 years ago? That dude had like 6 sacks, Claiborne?
Yeah.
Dude had to go through this shit again.
You got to go through it. Now it's on the right side.
I don't understand. I don't understand what the Cowboys be thinking, man. I feel like Zach Morton. I know he just came off of COVID. Cool. But Zach Morton for the better of the team, go kick out the tackle. Put that corner kid from Penn State in there. He played good against the Bucks last game. And shit, let's rock.
Let's rock.
But I don't know, man. I don't know what they're thinking out there.
I don't know either, Willie D, man. But I appreciate you for calling in, Willie.
Right on now.
Good call from him. It is what it is at this point, man. That's just how it goes, man. I wish that they can see what we see, but sometimes they just don't see what we see. You know, it is crazy. Let me get my guy in here. What's good, fam? 614 Montana, what's good? You live. You live, Montana.
Hello?
Yeah, what's good? Let me start your time over, man. What's good, man? What you got?
Nothing much, man. Just trying to tell y'all, man. Dallas, I know about all the Buckeyes. I know all their strengths. I know all their weaknesses.
Right.
And one thing I could tell y'all about Joey Bosa is he tends to slow down if he gets hit by a tight end.
Mm-hmm.
So we can get Schultz over here, a great, not great, but a solid blocking tight end.
Mm-hmm.
If we can get him to chip him sometimes and those screens out the back, Joey Bosa will be nowhere to be found.
Okay.
Bosa.
So you saying put Schultz on that 86, put 86 on that side, and although you have Terence Steele and Zach Martin, you just have those 3 there primarily on that side, and just work your magic from there. If we can play with the lead,
sir.
If we can get the lead real quick on it, it don't mean a hill of beans of what they do. I like that philosophy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I mean, so I know how, to beat those dudes. Same thing what I was saying with Chase Young. You see how Chase Young, they teaming, they chipping, let Rashawn Slater, get his one-on-one sometimes. But I watched Slater dominate Chase Young when he was at Northwestern.
Yeah. Slater did dominate him week 1, and they tried to flip him on the opposite side, and he couldn't get there. Even Sweat couldn't get there. So, it's possible.
Sir.
Yeah, it's possible.
And, I just all want, give it some optimism, for the Cowboy Nation, so they won't be out here thinking we cannot win this game.
It's a winnable game. Don't get it wrong. But, yeah, you're right with that. You just got to make sure that you have your precautionaries together.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, that's all I got, man.
Appreciate
Thanks for having me, Law. I'm about to go back and enjoy my little Vegas trip, man.
Okay. You out there, man. How long you going to be, man?
I've been out here since Sunday. I won't be leaving until Thursday.
Okay, cool. That's what's it, man. Appreciate you for calling in, man, on your vacation.
Man, thanks for having me.
Anytime.
Oh.
That's a good guy from there, man. 202, you're live.
What's going on, man? How's it going today?
Oh, man, everything is good over here, man. I can't complain, MD. What you got for this episode?
Look, as always, man, I love the show, but I just wanted to say, I know we worried about Terence Steele and the offensive line, but hopefully Kellen Moore has a plan on how he's going to help Terence Steele. I'm worried about that, but I'm also worried about missing Randy Gregory on that defensive side of the ball because our pass rush against Tampa Bay was pretty much almost non-existent. So, I mean, if you take Randy Gregory out of the mix, the next person up is a major step down. So, and if we don't get any pressure, we saw what Justin Herbert can do last week
with time
against a defensive line that on paper is better than ours. So, I mean, I'm more so worried about the defense as opposed to not getting pressure and then having Anthony Brown on the back half trying to cover, whether it be Mike Williams or whoever it is. It's not going to be good.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
Yeah, I appreciate you for calling in. I appreciate you from the 202. Great observation there. My thing is, you can create pressure just not by the sheer name alone. You can create pressure with twist stunts or even blitzing in inside with your Parsons of the world and as well as Keanu O'Neal. I'm looking at it that they might be able to do that more this game opposed to last game because Tom Brady's seen everything that you think that you thought that you knew didn't exist, right? So that's what he brings to the table. Let me get this guy in, 662. Mississippi, what's good?
What's up with Law?
Nothing to it.
Man,
talk to me.
My thing is, man, I'm more concerned about the secondary, more so the second cornerback, man, because I believe I think he's gonna do a good job on Keenan Allen, but man, we gotta watch out for Mike Williams, man, that second receiver, because if not, man, they might have a field day back there, because we gotta do better back there, that secondary. We got to.
We do.
Hopefully they bring the Sean Wright in. I think this will be a good game for him to come in and debut, you know. But he can line up with a tall receiver, Mike Williams, you know.
The Cowboys cannot be afraid of losing, basically, in that typical situation. You let the young guy throw him in the deep end and see whether or not he's going to sink or swim.
Yeah. Because I ain't too much worried about the offense. I believe they still going to put up good numbers, man. I think they still, because, you know, we got the best offense in the league, man. You saw last week, man. So, you know, I ain't too much worried about the offense. I'm worried about that secondary, though. That's the most thing. If they can hold up, we'll win this game.
No doubt, man. Good call from you, man. Thank you for calling in, fam.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
I mean, the caller is right, because last season, without your left and right tackle, this offense, collectively speaking, even without Dak Prescott under center, this offense was still a top 10 offense. So let's not get it twisted. I think that the team can still work. My biggest reservation is don't give up a blown assignment and let this guy come off free. So, yeah, put your blocks in there. Call up the fullback. Shoot. You know, there's nothing wrong with having a fullback and a tight end out there, you know. And if you do roll with 12 personnel, just make sure that Schultz is on Bosa's side. Like the previous caller said, there's ways you can chip Bosa, get him out of the game. But this game, they will have the home field. They have that vibe, that atmosphere there. And it's kind of rough and rugged when it's like that. Let me get 309. Speak what's on your mind.
This game, they will have the home field. They have that vibe, that atmosphere there. And it's kind
You're live, 309.
309. Speak what's on your mind.
We can get back to 309 when he turned his radio down. All right, I got my guy for 903. What's good? You live?
What's up, man? What's up with Law?
Nothing to it. Talk to me.
Hey, man, I want to talk about the defense a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Go with it.
So,
hey, turn your radio down a little bit. Turn it down in the background, and then we can get to going. I'm gonna start your time over. You good now?
All right.
Yeah, all right. Go with it. Go with it. Yeah, we good. Go ahead.
Obviously, you know what I'm saying, we got a problem at cornerback, and on the defense, we brung in a lot of people on defense. Yep. So earlier, the guy was saying the best 5 should play.
Yep. That's what Nate wanted.
So we started talking about depth, and we started talking about Diggs. So in the Tampa Bay game, Diggs did his job, but repeatedly, number 30 got burned.
Facts.
Over and over and over. So what's up with our depth on that side, and what's up with the coaches adapting to seeing stuff like that happen repeatedly?
This is what the coaches were looking at it, and let me see. I'm gonna put you on mute, man. All right, so this is what the coaches were going through, and he's a good caller, by the way. Coaches were looking at that right side on the defensive back secondary category as 3 things. One being, okay, there's Antonio Brown, he's going to get his, right? The other being, okay, even if you try to bench Anthony Brown, our backup guy, Kevin Joseph, he's injured. They didn't want to put their third guy out there, Nashawn Wright, and expose him to Antonio Brown. That's from the coach's philosophy. Now, from the fan philosophy, we were looking at it like, okay, let's just go ahead and throw him in the deep end. Throw him in the waters of the waters and see whether or not he sink or swim. And I believe, based off of our knowledge of Nashawn's Wright ability, at least you will get a better skill set as it relates to fundamentals on a press man cover corner, opposed to what Anthony Brown showed us in the last 3 to 4 years. But the coaches looked at it like, okay, we're just going to go with the experiences. That's what happened with that particular situation and scenario. Unfortunately, the coaches don't have the trust and the belief in their depths in starting the rookies or the guys with less experiences over Antonio or Anthony Brown. I keep getting those guys' names mixed up. But 903, that's my thoughts on it.
Okay.
No doubt, man.
Well, check this out, Lau. Before I go, I want to say, I was listening to you was talking about the coaches not being stern, not being tough enough, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they allow these players, you know what I'm saying, to not play up to their potential. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So maybe, you know what I'm saying, if they listen to your show, just tell them to lean forward.
Yeah, lean forward just a little bit,
Yeah.
That's the Godzilla coming out of him. Yeah, man. Somebody, man. Appreciate you, fam. Good sport from 903, man. All right, got the 409. My dog. What's good, D?
Hey, what's up, Law?
Nothing to it, man. Talk to me.
Not much, man. Just kind of checking out this Chargers defense, man. And we got some matchups we can maybe – I'm thinking that Martin staying on the inside is mainly because you can have a strong – your strongest 4 linemen at the left, and you just run away from both or, kind of, I guess, shore up to where you don't have those gaps and maybe run on the inside, more with Zeke.
Oh, so you want Zeke to run into the belly of the teeth, like right through the inside.
Well, you got guys who we got: Linval Joseph, Jerry Tillery, Justin Jones. You can probably throw the strong linebacker because they run that 3-4. So, between those 4 guys, they had like 2 tackles last week. Maybe had a threat from Derwin James to be able to help that out.
Right.
And the Chargers, they had a couple of forced fumbles last week.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you have Nazir Adderley. He's questionable. I'm looking at it.
Right.
So you got like a rookie behind him. So it's he doesn't play, but that's questionable. So I don't. They got Derwin James, Joey Bosa. But I think if you can kind of scheme some things up, I think our offense can remain dominant enough. The offense looks, pretty good. So our defense has to continue to, try to ascend and play despite our weaknesses at the interior and secondary still. So I think we got a good shot, man.
I mean, you're spitting the truth over there. My thing is our best advantages will be like if we can just go back. Remember in 2016, we all knew that the right tackle was the weakest link. And that was Doug Free at the time. And lo and behold, we've been missing on the full offensive line since Doug Free been gone. And we had a dog in Ron Leary and those boys that was inside, even Lyle Collins when he came in to play on that at that left guard. So hopefully, man, somehow we can probably develop that same type of mindset and say, okay, yeah, this is our weakness. This is our weakness on the right side, and let's just focus in. But we had Travis Frederick, we had Zach Martin. We had a full team, man. But we'll find out, man. I hope we can scheme around it like you just said.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in. Good call from him. We got the 925. You're live.
How we doing, Law?
Nothing much, man. We just chilling.
I just love watching your show, man. I just wanted to talk about the defense, man.
Okay.
I think Trayvon Diggs is going to step up and do what he got to do.
Mm-hmm.
He's been showing real good the first game against Mike Evans.
You right?
I see you shut him down to a bunch of stops, and that was amazing.
Yep.
But I think we got to pick it up on the front line, more pressure. I think more pressure will give us more opportunities.
Yeah, it will.
I just had a quick little saying. That's all I had to say. Love your show, man.
Appreciate you so much, man. Thank you for calling in.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Good call from a guy, 925, man. Yeah, pressure bust pipes, man, if we can create pressure. Like Slater, yeah, he's good. He had his great debut. I'm not even going to sit there and say, well, since if Randy Gregory is not there, and we have Bradley Anai and who's the other guy? D.A. Dorrance Armstrong. I don't know if Basherman will be back, but it's one of those things whereas you can do a couple twists. Maybe we can do something different. And think about this. Hear me out. Tape is out now. Tape is out. There were no tape from an NFL level on Rashawn Slater last week. Right? So now you got tape that you can look at and say, okay, this is what he tend to do. This is what we got to work around to get around. And I'm quite sure the scouting department is looking at the film, they're looking at tape, and they're saying, okay, this is what we're going to take away. On the flip side, that's why I was kind of like, hey, Jerry, you don't have to come out today and say, well, you're going to have Terence Steele out there. Keep them in the wins. Let them look at Tanasuki tape. Let them look at Terence Steele tape instead of them only looking at Terence Steele tape. Maybe there could be another con game by the Cowboys, but I doubt it if they work the media that way. All right, you got the 469. You're live.
What's up? What's up, Law?
Nothing to it, fam. Talk to me.
Man, look here, man. I ain't gonna even hold your time up too much long. Look, just be ready for that dub this Sunday.
Right. That's what I love to hear, man.
That's all I wanted to tell you. Look. I feel like Zeke, he gonna hit that 100-yard mark this weekend.
Yep.
Cooper gonna do his thing. I think that defense gonna show up.
Right.
Shouts out to Gregory. Hopefully we get him this Sunday.
2 negative tests. That's all we need.
Yeah, thank you. That's something we need. I ain't want too much, man. Hey, man, I love your show, man. Do your thing.
Appreciate you, man. Look how quick he scored that touchdown in a 2-minute drill. He jumped right in. He scanned the field. He was at the 80. He closed his eyes. He threw it. He hit Jarwin down the seam. And then he picked the ball up again, and then he hit C.D. Lamb for the touchdown. That's a 2-minute drill right there. 309, you live.
Hello?
Yeah, you live. What's good? You get your radio on. Turn you down a little bit. Let's go.
It's 309.
Oh, you live? Yeah, I got you. You 309, right?
I'm 717.
Oh, I got somehow Bloomington. You not from there?
Yeah, that's me.
That's you. Okay, talk to me, man.
How you doing, Ralph?
Doing good,
First
man.
off, I got for the show. I feel that the game that we played against the Buccaneers, that was like the best team. It was the best team of players that we ever played against Brady.
We got your radio on, man. We can't have this conversation, man. Can you turn it down a little bit? Hey, radio. Right. You got the YouTube on in the background or something like that. But I think you're having a good thought of what the game should be, but I can't hear you. We'll get back with you, man. Appreciate you, though, from Bloomington, man. Really appreciate you. We get the 561 in. What you got for this episode?
Hey, Law.
Talk to me.
I just want to say, I want to hear that shame for Anthony Brown.
I got you, man. I got you.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Because, boy, it was shameful out there.
It was.
Boy,
it was.
I mean, it's the coaches. Unless it's Jerry saying, hey, leave him in there. I bet if it was any other coach, they would have said, hey, throw Nashawn out there. You might have had a better chance.
Yeah.
Like you said, you might have played better than Anthony Brown.
I probably gave up the same amount of touchdowns, but at least y'all would have had some fun out of it. Look at that dude with the beard.
Trip the man. Do something.
Yeah. At least look at the unsportsmanlike conduct from Law, you know.
Yeah. And then, bro, it's not a Cowboys game. It's the officials' missed calls on us, bro.
Right.
Come on, that was a push off.
Oh, you talking about the Antonio Brown touchdown, or you talking about the PI at the end?
Yeah, at the end.
Oh yeah. Come on.
And then I was hearing that Jordan Lewis didn't even stand up for himself. He was just if the officials didn't see it, then that's what it is, bro.
He didn't want to get that. He didn't want to get that fine, though. You know.
But you could word it a different way to get.
Yeah, he tried, but he was like this when he was saying it. Like he was still trying to totally.
You know when they're in that meeting, he's gonna be like, that was pure offense interference, bro.
Yeah.
Don't even watch the tape.
Yeah, because you already know, because we seen like when the HBO or Amazon did their thing, and he was like, Dez. You remember that? He was like, he's one of those guys that he don't like to lose. And I would rather, like, Cowboys got to understand their personnel. I would rather have a guy like Jordan Lewis on Antonio Brown, because he hates losing. So at least, like when it's from a fundamental aspect, at least he would get in there and he'll play the trail technique right when he know he got over the top help.
I mean, you should be the coach, I guess, then. I mean, sheesh. But all right, man, I want to take up more of your time. I'm here at work.
Well, appreciate you,
have a great day, man. Your show's awesome.
Appreciate you, man. Good call from him, man. Let me give him one of these. Sparta! Good call from him. I got the 215. You live.
Hello.
What's good? From the PA. What's good, man?
What's up, Law? It's Philadelphia Underdog.
Philadelphia Underdog. Oh, are you happy and excited that you guys beat the Atlanta Falcons, by the way, Philadelphia?
Little bit. But
okay, that's good.
I just want to know, like, why are Cowboys fans so proud. Like, they so proud that, you know, they lost. Like, they got this little moral victory going on. So, like, they're proud that Dak threw 400 yards, right? But the only real stat that really matters in the last 3 seasons is that Dak can't win against good teams. So all those stats that Cowboys fans are hyping up is not worth the hype, because at the end of the day, he's not winning against those good teams. What Cowboys fans are doing, they're just hyping up his stats. So it's like, really?
Did you see that game? The Dallas Cowboys.
No,
versus
I seen it.
Yeah,
you know, I seen it. Like, you know, that got his stats and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you got to win those good teams if you want to be known as a contender. Like, you can't just be like, oh, we play Tom Brady. Like, you can't do that. If you want to be a contender, you got to beat the contenders. You can't just be like, oh, well, Dak threw 400 yards. That's a moral victory. Like, you can't do that.
I feel you on that, but let's go all the way back. Let's remove the Cowboys from this equation, and let's go all the way back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not Tampa Bay. Let's go all the way back to Tom Brady and his first 3 Super Bowls. Did stats matter, or did the kicker matter? Did the kicker help win those games, or was it ultimately just Tom Brady?
Well, I mean, you know, look, I'm going to tell you, Tom Brady is like a game manager. Like, he knows how to win games. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I understand what you're saying about the kicker and stuff like that. But Tom Brady, he's a whole different animal. This guy knows how to win games. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tom Brady's not worried about stats. He's worried about winning games.
So you're saying that Dak Prescott is only worried about the stats?
No, I'm not saying he's worried about the stats.
Okay.
I'm just saying the Cowboys fans are worried about the stats.
But the reality of this game, like, let's just move Cowboy fandom out the way. And you watching this game, just from outside looking in, basically that was what you were doing because you're a Philly fan. How is this on Dak Prescott when the defense gave up what they gave up, as well as the kicker gave up what he gave up on this particular game? Like, what could Dak Prescott do differently opposed to what, let's see, what Pat Mahomes would have done?
Well, I mean, honestly, I think your coach should have put Dak in better situations to win the game. Like, man, like, honestly, like, this is all your coach's fault in week 1. He didn't manage the game right. He gave Tom Brady too much time. Like, honestly, if your coach was smart, he wouldn't have gave Tom Brady a minute and something left. That's really why y'all lost the game.
Facts, man. Like you the first Philly fan to call in with facts. Now, I'm going to go all the way back to when you guys had, let's see, Andy Reid for all of those years. Andy Reid was one hell of a coach. You got rid of him, and, of course, he never gave you guys hardware, but he was a hell of a coach. And you had Chip Kelly.
Well,
go ahead.
He gave us hard. I mean, we've been to 5 NFC championships with McNabb. Well, 6.
Right.
With totals, we've been to 6 NFC championships in the last 20 years. So, I mean, Andy Reid gave us 5 NFC championships. So, I mean, there's something there, you know.
There's something there. But can you imagine? Just understand this from a Cowboy fan of what we're dealing with. Can you imagine you being with Chip Kelly for all of those years?
Yeah, but my franchise is not going to allow that because your franchise allows Jason Garrett to coach for 10 years. My franchise would never allow that.
My point exactly. So what I'm saying is we at the mercy seat of the owners. We've been fans before the owner bought the team. We're not going anywhere. We can see some of the flaws of what Jerry Jones have done, and we see some of the growth aspect of what Jerry Jones done did for this team. But ultimately, him hiring a docile type of coach, it's not our fault. But we can see the potentials in Dak Prescott. We can see the potentials in Amari Cooper. We can see some of the good things out of the team, and we can still root for it. It's just that sometimes, as Cowboy fans, we might have a suspect coach, and there's nothing that we can do about it. Just like there's nothing you guys could do about it when you had Chip Kelly. But ultimately, y'all got rid of Chip Kelly, and y'all got a Super Bowl. Shout out to you guys for that one, though.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Chip Chip Kelly wasn't really that bad of a coach. I mean, he took us to the, I mean,
so hold on. Would you want Chip Kelly for 10 years?
Honestly, no. I would not want Chip Kelly for 10 years. What I'm trying to say, like, people try to make Chip Kelly like, he was like this worst, like this bad coach or whatnot. I mean, he's only been in Philly for 3 seasons. I mean, he did take us to the playoffs. We went 10-6.
Yeah.
And then the year before that, we went 10-6, even though we didn't make the playoffs. But he did have a winning record the first 2 seasons with us. So it's not like he was a real bad coach or anything like that. We just wanted to like move in a different direction.
What if I told you that Jason Garrett left this organization with a winning record? Only had 1 losing season, I believe.
Yeah, but what if I would have told you that Jason Garrett had a winning record but didn't really win in the playoffs?
My point exactly. So you got to have that difference maker as it relates to coaching. Sometimes you can win, but you don't win ultimately because of the coaching. But I get what you're saying. We can try to pin the tail on the donkey all day, but I appreciate you for calling in.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. It is what it is. All right, we got a lot of people in here, man. This thing became long like Shaq feet, but you guys get what I'm saying, though. We are not in control of the entire organization. However, we are able to see good players or great players play for this organization. I would go to my grave saying that if the coaching staff was with Bill Parcells for the amount of years that we had Jason Garrett, and I'm not trying to hate on Jason Garrett, but I'm just saying that there are limitations. If we had Bill Parcells for that amount of years with Tony Romo, we would have at least been to the Super Bowl. All right, so we got the 757. You live. Going once, twice. 757. Yeah, you live. What's good? What you got for the show?
Yeah, how you doing, bro?
Not much.
I just got one small thing to say. I know we ain't never talking about DeMarcus Lawrence play. Now, if anything, I need him to show up Sunday. Like, I need him to have that game. One of them games where he getting constant pressure. I see him getting a couple of sacks. I need him to put his stamp on this game for us to have a chance to win. And we need to start running the football. We do not run the football enough. I can't keep seeing that drop back. I know that's part of the game now, passing, but we got too much in that backfield. And our offensive line, to me, is good enough to run against almost anybody. We ain't got to have 100 yards. We just got to have steady grind of that football. I think that's what we need, man.
Yeah, most people play to the strength on what they do. What do you do for a living?
I'm a painter.
You're a painter, right? So you are you an independent worker, or you work for a company, or how do you get your business going?
For a company.
You work for a company. So if
Yes,
tomorrow they say, hey, man, we out of jobs for painting, we want you to start cutting grass for this facility. I mean, you'd be like, hold on, wait a minute now. I'm a painter. I didn't come here to cut grass. This is what I do. Right. This is my profession. So you do what's best for you because that's what you do. You know how to blend the paint. You know how to make the paint look good. You know how to make it spark. You know the painting of the room, set the temperature or the acoustics and all of that good stuff for the room or the vibe of the room. You know all of the intricacies. I can't talk today. But you know all of the things that what painters do for that profession. You don't know nothing about cutting grass as much as you do by painting. Right. That is what Kellen Moore is to this team. He knows everything about passing. Very limited about running.
Right. So you think that's hurting us in any kind of way?
I think that it's going to take time. This is his 3rd year as an offensive coordinator. As far as his run pursuits and everything, what we're looking at across the table, for example, Bruce on the opposite end and Brian Leftwich, those guys been around football longer, and it's going to take time. We look at some of the young phenoms like the L.A. Rams coach, Sean McVay, on how they got their career started. It wasn't overnight, They may be young, but they've been around football in that capacity longer. And as well as with the 49ers coach, I forgot his name, Shanahan. He's been around, and that's what he do. He runs the rock, right? He create plays on running the rock better. So if you were to pick Shanahan and throw him on this team, the offense as it relates to passing the ball might be a little different. But we'd be looking at like, man, dang, won't they just pass the ball because Ezekiel Elliott is running his butt off? Tony Pollard is finding holes, increasing it. It would have been a whole different type of makeup of game philosophy and planning if we had the coach over there from 49ers here.
True.
What else you have for the show, man, before I let you go, fam?
I like your show, man. I watch you all the time, man. Just keep doing what you're doing, and I'm just praying that you Cowboys do what I need them to do, man. I've been a fan my whole life, so I'm just waiting to get that glory moment. That's all.
Yeah. Speaking of glory, we all want it. Appreciate
I want me some glory hole.
That's a good call from him, man. We got the 601 from my neck of the woods. You're live.
What up, Law?
Nothing to it. Talk to me.
What's up, man? Shoot, hey, this is how I feel about the whole thing. I feel like, our running game is going to improve.
Mm-hmm.
I did hear sources that, I don't know if you know this. I'm pretty sure you do because you be on it, man. Do you know that the Cowboys actually called 28 running plays?
Facts.
Dak Prescott audible that job. He got the ability to change plays. So they are trying to run the ball. It's just not against that Bucs defense, man. So, I just want everybody to calm down. Zeke don't run, man. That's just how I feel about it. Now, as far as this Chargers game, I got a friend of a Chargers fan, and boy, he been pumping Herbert up like the dude about to be MVP, man. And, hey, he's a good quarterback, man.
Right.
From my takeaway of that game, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I feel like our defense can kind of hold him down, man. He'll run if he have to, but I think if we get him out the pocket, we got a good solid chance of messing up their game plan.
No doubt, man.
What do you think?
Great observation, man. Just to talk about the 28 plays that Dak Prescott audible out of, it's amazing because when we look at the offense, we look at they primarily line up in shotgun. So you mean to tell me like he's audibling out, hey, shotgun, we've been audible out of this. There's no lead block. I see it. I just saw what he did to my center on the last play. Kill. That's the same thing that Tony Romo used to do as well. He used to audible out of those plays that Scott Linehan throws out there because he know that play would not work out of that formation. But I think that this offense, when I'm talking about Kellen Moore, I think that he's still a top 5 or top 6 offensive coordinator in the National Football League. Ultimately, we will be top in offense. He's a brilliant guy. It's just that calling run pursuits and disguising the run and these sorts of things is just not his strong cup of tea right now. Yeah. And eventually he will be one of those juggernauts of offensive guys that's good on both sides of it. And the plays that he designed is pretty good. It's just vertical. And it's a vertical spread offense, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I think that this offense will still put up north of 25 to 30 points this coming weekend. Just watch it.
Yeah, well, one thing Herbert don't need to do is be in a shootout with Dak Prescott.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I got to say.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a shootout regardless. Appreciate you, man.
Oh,
Thank you for calling in.
Easy, bro.
Appreciate it from the 601. But you guys get what I'm saying. Boy, y'all call it in today, baby. I got a lot of people in here. Let me get the 813. You're live.
Hey, what's up, Law? This your boy from Tampa.
Tampa.
I was wrong about the 45. Hey, I was wrong about the 45 and zip. I want to see you wear that tutu, what you was talking about.
I was going to wear it, too.
You know what, brother? Y'all got a good team, man. I'm not going to lie. I'm a Dak fan. And I know a lot of Philadelphia Eagles fans been calling and talking about they boosting the Eagles because what happened, what they did to Atlanta. Right. But I got to understand, Atlanta ain't nobody. Atlanta Falcons ain't nobody. And when I look at y'all, when I look how the Cowboys play, they need to pass the ball. They don't need to run the ball. Zeke is not the answer. I understand what a lot of Cowboy fans want to run the ball more, but like you say, you got to play with the strength of your team. Y'all is the pass the team. Zeke right now, he gonna be okay, but this not the time to play Zeke. Not even against the Chargers. The Chargers will come out passing. Herbert, he's nothing to play with. You got Keenan Allen, you got Mike Williams. Those guys, they know how to ball. But I expect y'all to win the game. I expect y'all to win convincingly, at least by 7 points. least by 7 points. But I just want you to know I was wrong about the 45 to zip. Yeah, I heard some of your callers after I was calling say, "What is a guy don't spike drink or something?" No, I'm just a football fan. I love your show, brother. Keep going. I was on the Eagles show too. Laura Brown, wherever that guy.
Yeah.
And they boosting up Eagles. They is boosting up the Eagles. Right. They're going to the Super Bowl.
Right.
I can't wait for we play the Eagles because I guarantee you're gonna have them.
Oh my God, man!
I want you to have a good day, man, and just keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Hold tight, right quick, man. I ain't gonna let you go real quick, man. Let me turn the time off, man. I really appreciate you for calling in. Anytime people speak objectively, man, I love it. You talked about, hey, you're passionate about your team. You said the Cowboys gonna lose 45-0. You came back even after y'all beat us. You know, you kind of like, hey. Since you watch every,
But you don't know. I ain't like what you say. You say, "Oh, he probably could have named a quarterback before Jameis Winston." Yes, I can.
That's what I was going to go. Name the quarterback before Jameis Winston.
I can name every coach in Buccaneers history.
Go.
Tom Brady fan like a fan. I'm a Bucs fan.
Go.
If we got Tom Brady, that made it even better.
No. I want you to point out the coaching staff. Go. After Tom Donji, after Tom was it Donji? After Tom Donji, go.
Go back. We gonna do it. We gonna go John McKay. We're gonna go Lee Bennett.
Yeah.
Right. We gonna go Ray Perkins. We gonna go Richard Williamson. Right.
Keep going. Keep going. I trust you, but I verify.
We're gonna go Sam White. I said his name. I think Sam White. We're gonna go Tony Dungy. We can go. What's the coach? You coach the Bell, Levis Mills, Raheem Morris. Come on, I'm a Bucs fan, man.
You name Raheem Morris and all those boys. Okay, so you're not a fair weather fickle fan.
That coach we got from Rutgers. He was garbage, you know. But
what number was Warwick? What number was Warwick done?
28, man. Florida State.
What number Mike Allstott?
40. Come on, man.
What year you guys acquired Joey Galloway? What year y'all guys got Joey Galloway?
Hey, Lord, check this out, Lord. The first black quarterback the Bucs had was not done when it was Parnell Dickinson. So you know I'm a Bucs fan.
Oh yeah. What number Steve Young wore?
Hey, he always will wait.
I'm trying to squeeze you, man. But I appreciate you, man. Good call, man.
No, I appreciate your show, brother. Have a good day, man. And I hope y'all boys go out there and y'all beat the Chargers. But it's going to be tough, but I expect y'all to win by 7.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in. That's what I'm talking about.
Are you not entertained?
Oh, my goodness, man. If the Cowboys were to lose 45-0, man, I was going to really be looking like that basketball player. What's his name? He wore a skirt or what have you. And I was gonna lose that bet if that was to happen, you know. But I was gonna own up to it. But I ain't never betting that I'm gonna wear a skirt ever again, though, you know. But the Cowboys came out victorious just because I believed in my Cowboys, not scoring 0, you know. But he's a good guy. Yeah, Westbrook. Yeah, Law was gonna look like Westbrook over there if the Cowboys were to lose 45-0. You know, but thank God that the Cowboys came through because I would have probably reneged on it, but I would have probably still wore it, you know. 915, you're live.
Hey, what's up, Law Nation? It's Alfonso calling back from the 915 El Paso, Texas, and I want to rebuttal that Eagles fan just because I got annoyed by him.
Right. Go with it.
So he was talking about, the Eagles went to the 5 NFC championships and, this and that. And I'm like with same thing with the 49ers fans. Nobody cares about you going to the NFC championship. It's like in football, they don't give silver medals. They don't give bronze medals. There's no second or third place. Right. Nobody absolutely cares what you have to say about going to the NFC championship. If you didn't win the Super Bowl, it's irrelevant to me. On top of that, this guy's talking about, we won it, recently. Dude, it took you like 50 years from the 60s when the Super Bowl was first invented. It took you that long to win a championship. So don't even be talking about my boy Dak, and about your Eagles, because they don't give second place medals for the NFL.
Yeah.
I had to rebuttal.
Right. I feel you though, man. That's good. That's good rebuttal. What you got?
And then on top of it, he's talking about Dak's stats and oh, he's not a winner. This not. If anything, Dak is a winner. He's just held back by our defense 24/7 every time he plays. He also, if you want to talk about Dak's stats, he had better stats than his boy Jalen Hurts. So I just had to rebuttal. I had to put this Eagle fan in his place, and I always have to put them in their place.
Yeah, it's all good, man. We see the thing is with Cowboys, we know that Dak Prescott is good. It's just that we're waiting on everybody else to see what we see. Just like we knew that Dez Bryant caught the ball, for crying out loud. It just took 4 or 5 years for the NFL to see it. So a lot of times, we can see like the inefficiencies of the coaching staff and the staff and beyond, and we know where the problem is at. But I do know that the punching bag is Dak Prescott, and he can't win in clutch games and big moments and these sorts of things. But it's not just Dak; it's the complete picture. If the kicker wins that, if the kicker makes that kick, what they're saying next? It's because. It's not because of Dak Prescott throw 400 yards. What you gonna say? It's the kicker? No, and nobody. and this the thing is what I try to tell people all the time. Tom Brady, yes, he's an excellent quarterback. Maybe go down. Well, he will go down in the history of one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. But if anybody go back and watch those first 3 Super Bowls, you come away with saying, "Hey, that kicker really bailed him out," But I digress.
And the refs. Not only the kicker, like Tom Brady. I mean, don't get me wrong. Tom Brady is a good quarterback.
He's a good quarterback,
but
right?
Let's talk about the refs always bailing him out, calling BS calls, or the what was it? The one with the Oakland Raiders, the one where it was a fumble, but they didn't call it a fumble, a new rule, and just this last time they bailed him out yet again. It was last year. It was offensive pass interference. This year they're blind. They don't see OPI. It's crazy.
Right. Oh, my goodness, man. We can go on and on about Brady talk, and then people would think that we're hating. But it is what it is. Appreciate you for calling in, Alfonso. Appreciate you.
This is Sparta!
Good call from him, man. We got the other 915 jumped, but we will go to 856. You in the mix.
Hello.
You're live. What's good?
What's up, Mr. Law? This is Philly Fan D. How are you?
Man, I'm doing great.
Good. Okay. Well, just say I was muted because I asked Jay Farm a question. So
wow.
He got a little panties little bunch there. But
come on, man, leave a guy alone. What's happening? What happened? Let me start the time over, man. What's going on? Talk to me. You're on the couch.
All right.
Talk to me.
So my question is this, okay? And I love Dak. I think Dak is a great player. I've always said that. But my question is this. Why is the struggle the last 3 years in the red zone? We all know teams that go to the playoffs, teams that go far, have a strong red zone play. Mm-hmm. Dallas has been in the 20s the last 3 years. I mean, I have my opinions on it, but, until I say Dallas is a great offense and they have all the potential, you got to fix that red zone.
Yeah.
Because if you're not over 60%, my opinion, you pull up the stats, top 10 teams that are always in the league are in the top of the red zone. And, and I understand about the Bucs game. I think the refs screwed you guys. Yeah. I really do. And I think your kicker messed up, but the kicker's part of your team. I got to tell you that.
Facts.
But your red zone, again, is 1-4, So bottom line is this. If you guys converted in that red zone with those turnovers, which I think you guys did convert with the turnovers, but 1-4, and this is going back since 2018. What's your reason why?
Creativity, man. You looked at that Saints game when they got into the red zone. The creativity and the uniqueness of how they use Alvin Kamara, and then even I saw the Eagles game. The way they utilize their first round draft pick number 6 on a rub route, they got creative when they got into that red zone opportunity. You got to get creative. And I'm not sitting here saying that Kellen Moore can't get creative, but it's just one of those situations where it's been an Achilles heel for the Cowboys for many a moons. When we get into the reds, it seems like they get into a shock and they say, "Oh, I don't know what to do," and that's just how it goes, man. I can't say it otherwise because I'll come off as a pure hater. It's just that's something that Kellen Moore have to utilize and fix. Now, what they did in the past, or what the red zone efficiency level improved on a little bit when we got there, was Tony Romo when he was able to throw the fade ball to Dez Bryant. That's why he became Mr. Touchdown. There was no creativity there. There was just like the play that was called in, kill.
Yeah.
White 80, kill. Drops back, he fades that thing to Dez Bryant, and he pulls it out of the sky. And that took time for that chemistry to create and become a good one. I don't think that Dak Prescott, his first few years, was an excellent passer. This is look. I got to preface this because I don't want Prescott apologists to come hate me. I'm just speaking objectively. Don't shank me with the butter knife. It took Dak Prescott time to develop that fade ball when he get into the red zone.
And I think Hurts is in the same direction because I'm not sold on. He had a great game against Atlanta. I get that.
Right, Atlanta, yeah.
But I'm not sold on his passing with short term. All passes he can throw. But my point is this. I don't understand why with that big offensive line.
You still there?
Yeah, I'm still there. I don't understand why, you guys don't run the ball. Manhandle the team. It's like you guys are getting too cute and not cute, but just throwing the ball all the time. And I don't think your wide receivers, they're great outside the 20. They struggle inside the 20. I'll give Gallup. I think Gallup is a good red zone target, but I just don't see why not run the ball. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, that's just not his cup, Like I said, Kellen Moore is still, and I'm not using this youthness as an excuse, but it's just not his strength of creating run plays and run designs. Like I said before in the past, you pick up Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard and you put them on the 49ers in the red zone, you'll have a whole different outcome. You pick up Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard, you put them on the Saints with that particular coordinator there, a whole different outcome. It's just that that's just not his strong suit. He will learn down the line, and he have all this year to help that out. Hopefully, the Cowboys will figure it out down the line. But I appreciate you for calling in, fam.
All right, buddy.
What'd you say, man? I cut you off. What'd you say?
I said unblock me. J Farm unblocked me.
J Farm unblocked Kenny, man. You unblock him, man. Oh, man. It's all good, man. Let's see here. We have who's been here longer? I think the 918. You've been live. You live.
Oh man, it's all good, man. Let's see here. We have
918. 650. You're live.
Law.
You live, fam. Talk to me.
What's happening, Law?
Nothing to it.
All right, listen here, hey, man. You never used a vacation in San Francisco. I missed you, man. I'm trying to catch up with you. I was at work. But anyway, what I want to say is this, man. My boy's looking good, man. Hey, like I say, no moral victories. We just got to go out there and win, baby. And do something with this offensive line. So I guess that's going to have to happen in the draft. We're just going to have to concentrate on getting that line back to where it used to be. So Ezekiel Elliott has something to run behind. Because before these guys is able to, get off some blocks, get to the second level, and Zeke was gone, man. And that's what we need, man. Got to be able to run this ball. Because our wide receivers got it all down. But hold it down, baby. You're doing a great job, man. Love your show. And I'll be sending you something in a minute.
Appreciate you so much, man.
Are you not entertained?
Thank you so much, man.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah, good call from the 650, man. Really appreciate him. 757, you live. 757, once, twice, 3 times a lady. Did I already pick up 813? I thought you already was live. 813. This your second time or first time?
Hello?
813, you're live.
Hey.
What's good? Eight 1-3. Got that man. He was typing up something. I guess he was in the chat saying, "Y'all motherfucker." All right, so did I already picked up the 903? 903, you live. Did I already had you on here? 903.
Yeah, what's up? What's up, man? I'm back.
Yeah, you back. Okay, that's what it is. You had me lost for a second. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It got a major echo, so when I be talking, I be hearing myself repeat myself, so it's kind of crazy.
Do you have everything turned off, like the YouTube? Can you turn it down? Mute it on the YouTube side? Because you're going to hear that reverb.
Nah, I ain't got YouTube on. Okay?
They turn everything off, man, and get with me. All right?
But anyway, this is what I think. I got two major concerns, man. Mm-hmm. And I hear everybody repeat saying the same old thing, and it's making me really, really pissed off. About Zeke Elliott and about this moral victory.
Okay.
Me as a long-time Cowboy fan, it's like it wasn't a moral victory. You gotta understand, we lost our quarterback.
Right.
For a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't seen him in no practice. We ain't know what he really could do.
Mm-hmm.
But for the faith that we have, we know he can do something. But for him to come back and put up those numbers, that's what ain't worried about no doggone numbers. But for him to come back like he never left, running and controlling the team against that Bucs defense and that Bucs team, that all Madden.
Right.
Come on, man. I'm sitting here on defense. I seen a Villa grab Tyler Diaz with one hand and grab Dak with the other hand and made a damn sandwich.
Right. Sandwiching.
And if it wasn't really for Zeke Elliott, now I ain't going to take our time, but if it wasn't for Zeke Elliott,
right,
and they game plan, you know, they had the game plan for this.
Right.
We got two tight ends that could grab the ball out of the sky, but won't damn block a biscuit. Zeke Elliott would have had a touchdown, a game-winning touchdown, and George, and what they did was one touch the damn guy.
Facts, man.
No, you know, but Zeke is a phenomenal runner.
Right.
Okay, he haven't slowed down. But the key thing is they game plan because they know he's a better pass blocker. And if it wasn't for him doing the blocking thing,
right,
man, that probably been out for another year.
No doubt, man. I saw that. But I appreciate you for calling in, fam. Thank you so much, man. You right, man. Right on the money, man. Right on the money. Hey, I got my guy over here, man. Let's get ready for it, man. Computer, it is you. You live like 95 on the Nation. Go ahead, man. Hey, unlimited time. Go ahead, spit your mind. Tell everybody what's going on, man.
I'm mad just like you are. But you know what? After I thought about it,
I
said, this ain't the same old Cowboys.
Right.
Mike McCarthy ain't going to be dumb like Jason Garrett and loved and put Terence Steele and just cause somebody like him in the front office. That ain't going to happen. He ain't going to get his quarterback killed. I guarantee you Zach Martin or that other guy going to be out there at right tackle this week. They just ain't finna let them Chargers know what's going on. Jerry ain't that dumb.
So this smoke and mirrors, huh?
Oh, yeah, this is a whole different – it's a new sheriff in town now. You know, and then Jerry said they knew, you know, and then the whole thing about with Lyle Collins, the only reason why the league did that was just so he know that I part of our fan base, part of our media base was absolutely turn on the team and the players just as quick as they get the opportunity and forget about what happened. Just like my mama always tell me, never let your right hand know what the left was doing. That's the league. They smart at that. They throw that out there with that suspension to throw everybody off the trail and everybody jump on the Cowboy because it was too much positivity coming out of that game. They had to do something to try to bring us back down, to make us the heel again.
Right.
I plays the heel. They just well, a lot of people don't realize the NFL is just like the World Wrestling Federation. It's all fake.
Yeah.
The game last night with the Raiders and the Ravens, that was so staged for the Raiders to win that game in that new stadium last night. That was so daggum scripted. I ain't never seen a more scripted game in my life. And in Las Vegas, where something being scripted is like it was too much money on the line last night with the casinos and the clubs. Everybody would have been depressed. It was just so much money lost last night if they'd have won that game. The same with us down there in with Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much money being involved now. It's too much. It's called fame. It's called the vanity, the devil's favorite sin. You know what I'm saying? That's what's whooping us and whooping the world right now. Everybody want what they want, and they want their side, they want their opinion to count. They don't want to look at the facts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I want to know something about football, what the Cowboys do on the field and stuff, I call Law Nation because that's his wheelhouse. That's what he do. He watches film. He's an expert at that.
Appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? If I want to find out something going inside, I call in one of my inside people, so then I call it out.
Right.
When I get something, I call Law Nation, I give it to Law. I don't give it to nobody but my brother right here. So I want to see him win.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate
You know what I'm saying? Just like J.R. Ewing always used to say, you win by letting the other man win until you get him what he wants, then you get what you want.
There you go.
Law Nation get on ESPN and take out, get one of them big TV shows off television. I ain't go sit up there on TV.
Right.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Well, my boy Law be a guest on his show. And somebody please get that big T dude off of ESPN, man. That T just coming out the TV screen and he be hating on us so bad. I'm like, God, you gonna cut your lips off with your teeth.
Oh my God.
They gonna have he gonna bleed out right there on TV. He gonna cut his own lips off with his teeth coming up out his mouth.
Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh,
I'll
man.
tell you, man, but they be hating on us, Law.
Yeah, they do, man. Are you physically going to the game this weekend?
Huh?
Are you and Paul gonna go to the game this weekend, man?
Now, Paul was going. He actually called me later to say he had a box. But I said, you know what? I don't want to come out there and get in that box. I'll be done whoop everybody in that stadium because we're going with a bunch of Charger people, and I don't want to. I'm a true fan. It'll be a brawl, and then if I hit somebody, Paul's gonna hit somebody.
Yeah.
I tell people, listen, just don't let me stay here.
Yeah, because they said there's gonna be a lot of Cowboy fans out there, man.
I said I don't want. I can't watch the game with the enemy.
Oh, I feel you. I feel you on that, man.
Cause somebody get cheated, somebody gonna get choked out. I ain't gonna be able to go back to California no more. I'm gonna lose my privileges because it's personal with the Cowboys. It's just like slapping my mama doing something to the Cowboys. I gotta put my hands on it.
Yeah. What about
the kind of access that I'm gonna have going to the game with him? I might get close to some Charger players, some referees.
Oh yeah.
Front office people. I'd be in jail forever.
No doubt, man. Hey, what's your thoughts on Anthony Brown, man? Before I let you roll, man.
Anthony Brown need to go, bro. Soon as Boss Man Fat get healthy, we need to trade for Stephon Gilmore when he come off them 6 games. We need to get Anthony Brown up out of there. Anthony Brown ain't going. He can't do it.
Yeah, he can't.
He can't do it. He too inconsistent, and then he done lost it. You know what I'm saying? Once you lose your confidence, it's over with. That dude Antonio Brown had him beat from jump. I mean, Antonio Brown gonna beat a lot of people, but he could have made it a better effort than that. He should have put his hands on him, like you said on your post about. He should at least put his hands on him before he got out the ball.
At
least jab him. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Redirect him a little bit.
Some kind of way.
Appreciate you for calling in, man. What else you got going on, man? Let the people know what you got going on, what you're working on, man.
Oh, when me and Paul doing this podcast and this show called How the Hood Podcast, DJ Paul and Computer, y'all be looking out for that. Just stay on my feed and Paul's feed on Computer Man and DJ Paul on Instagram, and we'll keep you posted. And we're going to have Law on there.
Appreciate it, man.
Just besides that, they finna get ready to do the 3-6 Mafia TV series. And then him and Juicy just collecting checks like crazy because, they using that Drake song on Monday Night Football, and that's the 3-6 Mafia song that they got sampled in there.
I forgot all about that, man.
Yep, that's 3-6 Mafia, baby. It's not a song being made right now that we ain't putting our hands on in some kind of way. And I just got to doing some artwork for Big Boogie, Yo Gotti artists, also Ludacris, Goody Mob, Fabulous, who else I just did? Yeah, Tory Lanez, Snoop Dogg,
Big Snoop.
Who else on that? Yeah, T. Genesis on that. All these people, they loving my stuff, so they got their stuff posted all over their feeds and stuff. And Nas posted some of my artwork, and he ain't posted nothing from nobody else feed in like 8 years.
Oh wow!
And he posted some of my artwork on his page. So God is great. I give all honor to God. Thank him for everything He do for me. And y'all know that badass logo Law Nation guy. I did that too. So
yeah, he did. He did do that one, man. I really appreciate the computer, man.
Yeah, so y'all make sure y'all contribute a lot of y'all money, man. You know, I know a lot of y'all listen. You know, just don't be listening, man. Put some money in that till, man. $10 add up to 1,000 y'all raps to do it.
Yeah.
That man got a family, and he give all y'all a lot of free content.
No
You
doubt.
know, a lot of inside stuff that you ain't gonna get nowhere else, and ain't gonna tell you the truth. He gonna keep it real with you. He ain't gonna lie to you, even though you're a Cowboy fan.
Right.
So
You
y'all
already know.
Listen, man, y'all put that money in there and tell your friends, man. Tell me even if they ain't gonna watch it all the time, just become a listener and become a subscriber and keep his views up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do that man a favor. If you ain't got no money, spread the word.
Yes, indeed. Sharing and
pray
caring, man. Appreciate you, computer, man. Hey, God bless, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate
God bless you too. I'll see y'all later. Peace out. We're gonna whoop the hell out of these Chargers.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, I'm gonna call you for a prediction, man. Like right before the game, I'm gonna give you a call too, man.
I'm saying the prediction is we're gonna take that song on like Clint did Rich. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna tell them that we the real Hollywood. Them fakers they had in that last night with Matthew Stafford shaking tail. You know what I'm saying? We the real game in town. You know what I'm saying? And then well, a lot of people don't know we undefeated against the world champs in the first game. They had to cheat us.
Right.
So don't put us against the big dog because we are the big dog. We've always whooped the champ at the first game. We undefeated.
No
When
doubt,
we play
man.
the Super Bowl loser or the winner, we've always kicked their ass. But they had to cheat with Tom Brady because he on the field.
No
Tom
doubt.
Brady don't deserve them rings he got because they cheating him too much.
No
if he's
doubt.
so fucking great, why have him?
Oh my God! Yeah, I already know. I don't want to get you started, computer. I don't want to get you started, man. But I appreciate you for calling in, fam.
Okay, all right, I'll see you later, man. I know you got other people got to talk. I don't need to be talking through this man's show. I ain't let him say nothing. I apologize. I love
No, you good, man. You good, man. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, this is a therapy session, man. You know what? You know, in the future, I might just have a couch somewhere in the background where we do these phone calls. All right, you got the 210 you in.
Hey, Law.
Them to it. Yeah, you live.
All right, man. Appreciate you taking my call, man. First time caller. I just wanted to get some things off my chest, man. Appreciate you hearing me out. Just tell me what you think, man. So, I had to go back to that Philly fan that called earlier because it just, you know, as a fan of football, but also as a fan of the Cowboys, you know, they're gonna say a bunch of stuff that they really just don't sit right. So, like, he's talking about how we're all excited about this Tampa Bay loss, but I mean, really, if you break down the loss, I mean, it really, to me, in my mind, whoever had the ball last was going to win, right? And we're talking about not just a Tampa Bay team. We're talking about the defending, you know, world champions, right?
Facts.
Who let's keep in mind, who ran the table on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. So here we are, you know, giving them a run on the money. We're going toe to toe. We had them on the road. Dax is having a fisticuffs with Tom Brady, man. You know, so it kind of just seemed like whoever had the ball last was going to win. So for us as Cowboy fans, that's impressive. That tells us that we are contenders. Blowing out the Falcons, who have a quarterback on his way out. You know, they lost the number one receiver who has a depleted offensive line. That's not really anything, man. If you were to give me the loss to Tampa Bay or a dominant win over the Falcons, I'll take the loss to Tampa Bay. That's telling me a lot more about my team than that win over there is, right?
Facts, man. You get more of a understanding of where you at when you put the defending Super Bowl champions on the rope, opposed to playing the team that had the 4th overall draft pick and beating them out. So yeah, you get a full grasp of where your team is at. But I feel what the Eagle fans are feeling. You know, a win is a win at this point, and it's good to be on top right now. But you don't win the Super Bowl in September. And I'm glad that they probably look at this, and that's probably be their good feel-good moment, but it's not real good substance there, to be honest. But go ahead.
Well, I wanted to say that too because he's there talking about our coaches, how we don't have good coaches, and all the way back up to our owner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking about he went on about about his division championships, right?
Right.
Well, what's the whole knock on us, right, as Cowboys fans? Oh, y'all talk about y'all Super Bowls, that was such a long time ago. Well, if you're gonna knock us on our Super Bowls, don't even bring up division championships. You know what I'm saying? You
Facts.
can't compare the two.
Right.
You can't, right? So it doesn't matter. And let's talk about your one Super Bowl, right? Let's talk about the Super Bowl that y'all got with what was the head coach again? I can't remember.
Name at tip of my tongue. Doug Peterson, I believe. Yeah.
Doug Peterson, that's right. And then you had let's name a few key pieces: Wentz, Foles, Ajayi, Clement, Jefferson, Aguilar. All those guys are off your team. Not even the head coach is there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the key players and the coaches that help you get your only Super Bowl in your franchise history are off. Y'all sent them away. So y'all have more owner problems than we do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way I see it, at least. And I wanted to touch real quick on the coaching, actually, because I do kind of agree. I don't like our coaching, man. I feel like we have kind of some lazy coaches. Like you brought up the point with the kicker, right? How the kicker hasn't kicked in a while, and you're gonna go throw him in a game-winning situation like that, and what 50-50, hope he makes it. Like to me, that's bad coaching.
Right.
And then with the whole thing with Terence Steele, like you just signed your Pro Bowl quarterback to a huge deal. He's coming off a couple of injuries, recent injuries, and then we're gonna play against an all-pro defensive end. And Joey Bosa. And I know that defense isn't really compared to Tampa's defense. And I'm not worried about the Chargers, man. I know we're going to beat the Chargers, but it's just at the same time, you don't want to put a guy who's an undrafted rookie last year, not a few years ago, last year, who's still developing, who gave up double-digit sacks, And I get, where, like, this all goes back to coaching. Like, you talk to Dak, you say, Zach, I know you're comfortable at right guard, but hey, this is a team sport, man. And we need you to do what's going to be best for the team. There's a need there for that, and it's only going to probably be for a game at least until, we get Rael back, or was it 5 games, right?
Right. 5 games suspension.
Right. Well, I mean,
but I appreciate you for calling in. Great points all across the board, and I would talk about some of those things that you went over. But appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
You as well, man. All right, so he was the last caller of the day.
The conference has been locked.
I really appreciate everybody for jumping in and calling in and being part of this episode. But let me break down what he talked about as far as the coaching staff. Like the good news for Terence Steele of him going out there starting, I believe that only 2 people were very excited about that. Terence Steele family, right? They get a chance to see their son out there playing, and their relatives, they can sit there and say, yes, that's our Ken folks, man. He's starting for the America's team. He's going to be the starting right tackle. And, of course, Joey Bosa, when he heard the news, he's like, yeah, he was excited. Or some of the Charger fans, and they finna start this guy. Of course, we can shield it and put things in places of protecting Terence Steele for him to have a good game, and also ultimately protecting number 4 in the running backs. But those are things that we just got to look at it. Nobody cheered when your starter goes out, right? That's just how it goes. I really appreciate each and every last one of you guys' sentiments on that. However, the Cowboys organization, if you knew, there's no way, absolutely no way that the Dallas Cowboys can look into this situation and say they was caught by surprise with La'el Collins, right? He had 180 tests. He missed 7 of them. I'm quite sure that La'el Collins' representatives was in great communications with Stephen Jones and as well as with Jerry Jones. I just don't see that this goes absolutely without a visible situation of knowing that this guy's getting hosed. And you sit there and say, okay, we make no plans, no precautionary, no course of actions to circumvent that. Meaning that if you knew that this brother's getting tested that many times, then you will have to figure out a way to make sure that you have something more serviceable than a second-year undrafted guy that's going to play at that role. On top of that, you got to make sure that you bring in somebody who's more serviceable than a 37 or 38-year-old Tyrone Sucky with Patrick Ewing needs to protect, dare I say, your $160 million quarterback. You got to figure that out a long way before this happened. I tell people all the time, it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. I've been telling people you got to make proper plans and preparation. Those who fail to plan to fail. The Cowboys all last season failed to plan, especially as it relates to the front five. Ultimately, you got your quarterback hurt because you knew going into the 2020 season, last season, that Tyron Smith never played a full 16 weeks. You threw him out there. He had the injury. You knew that La'el Collins kind of showed up a little overweight, and you threw him out there. And, of course, he didn't get a chance to even show up because of the injury of the car wreck and the hips and these sorts of things. You got to properly plan yourself. Now, we knew, based upon and predicated upon what Jerry Wayne Jones just said about his kicker, that he had back surgery and he had quad injury. So you knew without a shadow of a doubt that that he's been gimping. So you gimped into playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You gimped into playing them. You didn't play at your full maximal capacity, and it bit you. Games are very important, by the way. So at some point, the Cowboys organization need to be more prepared for these type of moments. I've been telling people this for a long time. You got to prepare yourself. You do. And the Cowboys organization, unfortunately, didn't prepare themselves for that type of situation. Let me know where I'm wrong at. And that's why I believe that you guys come here to listen so that you guys can hear what I got to say about preparation. You just got to prepare yourself. There's zero excuses. All last season, I said the exact same thing. Just because we are in this pandemic, the world continue to spin. They don't look at excuses. The craziest thing, people can die tomorrow, today, and years beyond. The world continue to do its thing. It never slows down or stops. It just continue to do its thing. It spins. So you can bring up all of the excuses of what we should have done or what this should need to be done. Or we didn't trust and believe in this guy for such an amount of time. Other organizations, when they believe in their quarterback, they pay him right away. They don't say, okay, let me hold Jared Allen feet to the fire. Let me hold this particular quarterback. No, they pay him right away. But now I'm not sitting here saying that you overpay for a quarterback, but there are certain situations where you held on for so long that now you have to pay more, and that money could have been utilized elsewhere, right? Or we knew, show of hands, like all through training camp, and I ain't going to let him off the hook, number 3 or all through training camp. It doesn't matter what you say, whether or not he's playing trail, whether he is underneath or he's trying to play a bell technique. We've seen Johnny Dixon, Brandon Eagles, Osiris Mitchell, Malik Turner, the guy that's working at Walmart. We seen these guys. The dude that was stocking shelves. Burn Anthony Brown. He's not a man-to-man cornerback. And I know that there are a few Anthony Brown's apologists out there, and I'm not trying to throw salt or shade at Anthony Brown, but these are the facts. We've seen this coming all through training camp. Johnny Dixon, Osiris Mitchell wasn't even drafted, by the way. They used and abused this guy. So what do you expect, or what do you think that Antonio Brown was going to do? What do you think that Tom Brady was going to do? Huh? You got to properly plan. Now, for the Cowboys' defense, they can say, well, we drafted Boss Man Fat. It wasn't up to us that he got injured, and we not going to be able to see him for 3 to 4 weeks from here. So what are you saying, Law? Well, dog, don't you have Nashawn Wright? Yes, he got used on that first play or whatever, the red zone play against the Jacksonville Jaguars, but let me go down with a fight. Redirecting, putting his hands on the opposing team. At least, he's more physicality. He got more physicality, and he's a better press cover corner opposed to a zone corner. Akeem says AB just isn't a good quarter. Right. We had mountains of evidence to prove what you're saying on that sentiments, But it is what it is. Can Kellen Moore, this is from TA, call red zone plays? We was in the red zone in multiple times, and execution plays a major role of it, right? And I go back to the mindset of the philosophy of coaching. If you are inefficient at that particular level, scrap all what you practicing and damn it, practice on red zone all day. We're going to practice on that all day. We're going to make it our business. That should be the first thing during the off season. Red zone efficiency. Plays that we craft up so that we can't have the same issues year in and year out. If you have a fumbling problem, you practice on not fumbling. If you have a field goal situation, or let's go to basketball, if you have issues shooting free throws, damn it, you practice on that all day. You become what you practice on, so you got to practice. Practice make perfect practice make perfect plays. All of those things. Lo and behold, when the kicker said, hey, I missed a 30-yard kick, we don't even practice those. I wish I was his coach. Because, damn it, he's practicing on 15, 30-yarders all day long until I stop. I say when the whistle stop blowing, that's when you stop. But I'm you for right now. But my back, what back? The back that's going to be hitting the backside of this bench? How dare you have the galls and the tenacity or the audacity to say that you don't practice 30-yard field goals on national TV or to anybody? But now you finna get into Law Nation's training camp now. We finna be practicing field goals all day until this whistle blows. And I say you can stop practicing now. I want to see you make 100 of them before you leave the field. Why everybody, like where they're rushing everybody inside? Hey, where Greg at? He's out there in the blistering heat. It's 90 degrees. What he's doing, Law? He's practicing field goals. Why you got him out there practicing? Because he said he don't practice those and he missed on a crucial game? They don't have that toughness there in Cowboys land. I can book it that they don't. None of those coaches talk like that with the authority and conviction. It's all docile there. It's a land where you go and you kick up your feet and you go back and rewind the tape and you politely talk, and they probably throw a little F-bombs here and there, but nobody is coaching there. It's a fluff land. But that kicker, best believe Law Nation would have had that brother out there in the blistering heat. Sweat would be sweating. And I'll be right there. You miss one. Watch what I do after you miss one. And said, man, this dude crazy. Oh, man, this guy's crazy. And the next time he missed a kick, they say, hey, man, what happened to that kick? Hey, I try my darndest to make every kick I can. I practice hard. Unfortunately, this is the reason why I miss. And if he don't like it, we'll have Lyram Hallelujah over there, whoever his name is, kicking. That's what we would do. That's what we would have to do. That's what we would do. Appreciate you picking, Pop. Appreciate you. Won't miss. Too Real said won't miss another one. He missed another chip shot. Hey, Hey, man. Hey, Greg, why you got your bags in your duffel bag? Why you worn? Man, law for the cut me, man. Why? Because I missed these kicks. Shoot. Come on. At some point, these guys got to execute those plays that's in the red zone. I like Dak Prescott mentality when they say, hey, man, it's time for you to go. He said, I ain't finna get out this, B. I'm going to keep it PG-13, still early. It is what it is. Shout out to you, Robert Bass, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody, man, for being part of this episode. But you guys get what I'm saying, though. We're playing against a young quarterback. I can get the understanding that, last game we played against a seasoned veteran quarterback. On one extreme, you played against a 44-year-old quarterback. And now you finna play against, a 24-year-old quarterback, or however old he is. Got to get home. You got to get home. No excuses, right? Let's go. Really appreciate you guys for this episode. I'd have talked to you guys long enough. Y'all heard me rant. Y'all heard me talk logic. Y'all heard me talk foolery. Y'all heard phone calls call in. Oh, my goodness. Got a lot of things to do today. Appreciate those who understand. I do really appreciate you guys. Let me see some fire emojis in the chat. Mystic Mike says the asthma field is over there. We need to develop that mindset. For those who don't know, well, let me say this. For those who don't know, definitely those who don't know, there's a certain player that had asthma that was trying to go play for the Dallas Cowboys, the mighty Dallas Cowboys. And Jimmy Johnson was watching. He was sitting there saying, hey, why is this guy slow and huffing and puffing? And the assistant said, hey, don't you know? Like, what? That player got asthma. And I'm going to say the PG version of that. The asthma field is over there. But he didn't say it that clearly. There's a lot of other words in there. So I come here to tell you that even with this type of hype coming into the second game, we did pretty good against the first team that we played. As a second team, what we want to look for is improvements in certain categories and areas, especially as relates to the secondary with a guy with a 3-0. Your best contribution will be, Anthony Brown, is to make up what you messed up. Play proper technique. Let your technique speak for itself. And as long as you technically sound, you did your job. But if you play sloppy and you go out there halving it, you're going to get the results of what you had last week. But we want to see some players with the rebound mentality. We do. So I won't be looking at number 30, although Dan Quinn said he will be starting for the second week. We're looking for improvement. Oh, excuse me, the kicker. You said that you didn't practice on the short ones. Well, dog it, you better not miss it this week. And if you do, if you are sacrificing the team, then if you want to make that grave sacrifice for the team, you be honest with this team. One of the movies, I always like to say on my way out, man, this movie just hit me. Since we're movie buffs around here, y'all remember Mighty Ducks? I'm going all the way to Mighty Ducks. One of the star players hurt his wrist, and the head coach went to him and said, hold the stick steady. And he couldn't. Kept dropping the doggone stick, meaning that he was not ready. Although he was one of the better players on the team, he was been more of a hindrance, right? You guys remember that episode, right? So you got to make sure that coaching never allow politics to enter in, never allow personal feelings or favor to enter in. If you got your best 5 out there, you start them. Don't let Terence Steele not able to hold his stick. Let's not have Todnasucky not able to hold the stick. You put the best 5 out there. This is not me talking about football right now. This is me talking about facts of life. Put your best foot forward. Make sure that all of your troops are ready. Let's go. Make sure. Tell people this, write this down. Write this down. If you want a thing, bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap for it. If life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scream and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it, and lose all terror of God or man for it. If you will simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and scarcity with faith, hope, and confidence and stern pertinacity. If neither cold poverty or famous or fame can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset it, with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, you will get it. See, I'm telling you guys this because I know and I understand. You got to grind, not just to shine, but you got to grind. It's grind season. Don't nobody care what you did last week. Every opportunity is right now. Just like Michael Irvin said, that's my ball when it's in the air. That's my ball. Don't let somebody else grab and snatch your opportunity. You got to be hungry enough to go out there and get it. Grab it at all costs. Grab it at every chance and situation. It's possible, Cowboy Nation. It's possible. You got to get out there and you got to hold it down. You got to make sure that you putting your best foot forward. If not, the opposing team, they licking their chops. They saying this guy's sweating. He ain't about that life. What are you doing to counter that? How many times you practice on what you do what's best? Huh? Cowboy Nation? What are you doing to separate yourself from the opposing team? How are you reshaping your mind to sit back and say, yeah, I fell down last game. But they say if you fall, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. This team, we've been on our backs for all of these years. It's time for us to look up and get up. Let's stay in the grind to find this fighting victory in time. It will happen, Cowboy Nation. Let's go. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. We out. We out, baby. Appreciate everybody who jumped in. Thank those who gave the donation to help support the nation. Lord King, shout out to you, Choctaw.
Nowadays, nothing really excites
Tony,
Sosa, nobody like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's
as Michael Irvin say, that's my son. Come on.
Please, no photos. G's, no
early.
Please, no photos.
Hope you guys had a productive break on your lunch. Let's go.
New deal to my lawyer. If you're down in my management, I'm just warming up a way till I
appreciate everybody. Shout out to all the sponsors. Appreciate everybody that called in. Appreciate you. Cake Hustle, appreciate you. Let's go.
I used to be quiet and out of luck. Now I move up and move humble.
Shout out to Computer for this logo right here. It's dope. Appreciate him for calling in.
Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on blinging, she freeze photo. Please, no photos.
Salute to Jerry Wayne and things.
Please, no photos. I keep giving game away.
Law.
I put game on layaway.
Nation.
I got paid to play today. I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days. I might make it rain today. I got paid off pain today. Thought it'd take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll.
No doubt.
I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard it's on the market for the low. Who the realest, we might never know. I ran up a check, I might do it
Lord
again.
King, appreciate you. Put down where y'all are from.
Friends, 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins.
Shout out to you, Wayne.
Personal
testimony. I love testimony. Let's go.
Add it up, bankroll, euro, it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Bankroll, euro, peso. Add it up.
Colorado Springs in the house.
On me, oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up.
If you have not subscribed to the channel and you're watching right now,
it's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck. Country heart, I might cut a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm backed up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car.
if you don't think the Cowboys are going to win the division this year,
You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault. Shame. I done doubled up on the workload. Shame. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso.
shout out to James Quick, Darius Marshall, appreciate you. Appreciate Philadelphia for calling in. You're a real one. Thank you. Troy Dudley, appreciate you for the 904.
Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma
If
do
you have
me,
not
while you
shared
hating
this
on
content,
me, it's not adding up. Your goddamn mind. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do
know
me,
so.
while you hating
Appreciate
on
you.
me, it's not adding up.
remember, we play this to relax our mind as we do the cool down situation. Appreciate everybody that's in the chat. Thank those who donated, man. Shout out to you, Laid Back One on the Twitch. Appreciate you, Pick and Pop. Appreciate you. You're a real one. Shout out to everybody that's been on the Facebook group. Let's go.
Take a drag of my cigarette. Breathe me out, breathe you in. Yeah. Take a bite.
Sally Lawyer, appreciate you so much.
Save the last bite for you. For you.
And we tell them,
Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. You know it's dangerous
turn me up.
to go alone. Don't let the street
lights hit you.
Can I be your player too? I'll follow wherever you go.
Come on, come on.
Whatever you do. Love, 7 more and another one, and another one,
and another one.
Finding you was the one I lost. 7 wonders all in one, all in one. Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your player too?
Appreciate everybody for supporting the nation. Oh, I got credits, roll credits, baby. It finally worked. Shout out to everybody, man. Hey.
If a paper crane can fly,
Credits.
then forever doesn't feel that far.
Finally fixed it.
So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far.
Appreciate everybody.
So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
And remember, you're listening. Come on. Oh, I'm so glad I fixed this. Appreciate all of the credits, man.
You have to.
The supporters, the moderators, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Super chats, appreciate you guys.
And nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know
Let's go.
who you're gonna be.
Yeah. On your way out, be sure to hit that like, subscribe, share this content if possible. Come on. Shout out to all of the moderators. I'm still trying to fix it, but I know Jay Form was in the house. I know some other mods was in the house. Jay Lombardi and everybody. Miss Scout and Pro. Hill, and remember. Yeah. DC for life. Come on.
Because you don't know who you're gonna
Don't know who you're gonna meet. This episode could be also spotted on Amazon TV. Be sure to go to the Law Nation's app on Amazon TV. Oh, don't stop there. We also on Roku TV. Be sure to hit us up on Roku TV under Law Nation TV. Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. We everywhere. Appreciate everybody for understanding the grind for your mind. One of the sponsors, man, The Game Day. Be sure to check them out. The information is in the description box. Although they didn't sponsor this show, but still go there to represent them. The information is on my YouTube page in the description box. Let's go. Independency is always a major thing. Appreciate those that's loyal to listen to all and everything that we do here. Shout out to you, Johnson. Appreciate you, Perry Locke. Let's go. To be a supporter of the nation, be sure to click the links in the description. Patreon and beyond. Got hidden content there. Let's go. Shout out to you, Choctaw. Shout out to you, Gene Paul. I see you, William Blackwell. Phantom, Jake, Versick, and Pick and Pop. Let's go.
Have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to